Hello everyone and welcome to the CIML Football Pregame Show. I am your host Blake Walker. It is week 8 of the Iowa High School football season here in the Metro. We have a very, very big week of football this week and the next, and we have a big pregame show ahead of you. We're going to talk to the coaches, take a look at the top 20 in the RPI, and much, much more. Your RPI, your top 20 in RPI for Class 5A looks like this. Bettendorf is still the number 1 team because they are the only unbeaten team left in Class 5A. The Bulldogs are 7-0. Iowa City Liberty is at number 2. Proved their worth last week against Ankeny at a big win. Pleasant Valley is number 3. Boy, who'd have thunk we'd see 3 Eastern Iowa teams at the top, but that's exactly how it's looking. And sitting behind them in the 4th spot, West Des Moines Valley at 6-1. They lost to Dowling, but it doesn't matter. They are ahead of Dowling. Dowling is at number 5 at 6-1. Linmar is at the number 6 position. They are the second to last 6-1 team currently in the rankings. Only a 28-35 record against opponents' records. Iowa City High, their opponent this week, is at the number 7 position. Johnston currently sits at the number 8 spot. Sioux City East is 9th. And Waterloo West, coming off the loss to Valley, drops all the way down to the 10th spot. At the number 11 spot, it is Southeast Polk. They are currently the highest rated 4-3 team in the 5A RPI. Ankeny Centennials at the 12th spot at 5-2. Ottumwa, after the loss to Waukee Northwest, drops from 6th to 13th. They are the worst 6-1 team in the RPI. Their opponent's record is 18-45. That is the worst in 5A. Iowa City West at 4-3 sits at 14th. Ankeny is the highest team currently under 500. They are 15th at 3-4, with Cedar Rapids Prairie right behind them at 3-4. Waukee is at 17th, and they are perfectly tied with Waukee Northwest. Despite the win over Northwest, the RPI has played out that both Waukee and Waukee Northwest are tied at 17 apiece. Waukee is 4-3, Waukee Northwest is 3-4. Urbandale is at the number 19th spot at 3-4, and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln slots in at the 20th spot. So that is a look at your RPI and or districts. It was a busy week, and we will have a busy next couple weeks as we get set for the postseason. We'll be right back with much more. You're watching the CIML Football Pregame Show.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
The deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It is time for the coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. Our own Paul Yeager had a chance to sit down with Coach Bauer and Coach Swenson ahead of Ankeny and Valley's big game tonight.
Here on the pregame show on CISN, Gary Swenson, the head Tiger coach. This team of yours, you said it earlier to me this week, kind of a flip of the script from last year. Started strong, you played strong, you're playing some of your best ball right now, I'm hoping. Is that what you're going to tell me?
I think we've improved. We have. We came out against Southeast Polk in the opener and had to rally to win against a good team. And we've beat some good teams along the way. Johnston's very good. Dowling beat us in overtime. Mm-hmm. I thought that night we just got out-toughed a little bit. It was a good game, though. We were right there. We had a chance. But I'm happy with where we're at. I think this could be a real good football team. Defensively, we're good. I don't think we're great. Offensively, we've got a few very talented players, so we'll just keep trying to develop that.
You have some skilled players that get a lot of press, but there's a couple reasons for them because they're really good. Say Robinson, I watched him on tape. A lot of people have seen him. Misses his junior season, but he's really totally playing like complete ball right now.
He is. You can't teach some of the stuff he does. He's just very talented. He's gifted athletically. And he really has a good grasp of the game of football. I think our coaches have come to appreciate his intelligence about the game. He picks things up in a second and he retains them. He's very, very good on the field on what we want him to do.
This game tonight, what do you see as, you guys look very similar in the sense of that you both maybe don't score as many running touchdowns, but you throw the ball really well. Do you feel that you're kind of same?
I think both teams can pass the football, and I think the key will be who runs the line of scrimmage, because if you can run the ball in this game, you'll win. If you have to just throw it every down, it's going to be a struggle because both teams have some good players on the back end. But I like the Ankeny team. We practiced with them early, so we got to see them, and we could see they were going to be a good football team.
So you saw them early. You see a lot of different teams this year, the way the schedules have worked. What would you say the overall level of play has been this year across the state, at least in the teams you've played?
I think it's very even. You don't have that one team that everybody's going, wow, they're so, like a Southeast Polk the last few years. Yeah. Dowling during their run, there was a couple of those teams that they were just better than everybody else. I think there's 7 or 8 teams that could win this 5A playoff this year. I really do. It's so even.
It keeps you young, right?
That works great.
And before I forget, congratulations on the milestone this year. You've had a lot of games here. You've coached in other places. I remember the story of exchanging film that you used to do, the driving. You were the young assistant. As you look back at those things, of course, teams, do they stand? They're all different. But what stands out to you about some of those wins over the years?
Well, it's a people business. I think the night that happened, the most fun about that was that weekend I got messages from a lot of kids that had played for me over the years in different spots and guys that have coached with me over the years, and it was really nice to hear from them. But this is a people business. We're teaching a game to kids. You hope it's fun for them. You want to attract the good athletes within the walls of your school, and then you just do the best job you can with them. I love Friday nights. I love high school football. That's why I do this.
And it has to be fun. And when you look at next generation of second, you don't have any third generation guys yet, do you?
We're not quite there yet. We're probably working that way.
You're getting close, but I mean, to see cousins of people that, I coached him, or, you know, that's got to be fun too. Shrinks the game for
Well,
you.
without a doubt. I mean, I'm coaching kids of players I coach, some here, some even in Spencer. So, you know, time just keeps rolling on, and you have to decide every year, is this something I should keep doing? I enjoy it, though, and if I feel good and if my employer wants me back, I'll keep doing it for a bit.
We'll talk to Rosie about that. Last thing, you mentioned whoever runs the ball might do well tonight. Anything else you see as important?
I think I told our team tonight, fundamentally, if we can tackle in space, and if we don't turn the ball over offensively, I think we can win this game.
All right, it's Gary Swenson, the head coach of the Valley Tigers. Pregame show continues right after this here on CISN. Here on the pregame show, Jeff Bauer is the head coach of the Ankeny Hawks. Senior night tonight, Coach. Senior night is, having gone through it yourself, I've gone through it, it's emotional. How do you capture emotion, focus that emotion?
Hopefully, I mean, we have a lot of seniors that have played a lot of games. Obviously, it'll be emotional pregame, but I think once we come in the locker room, I think we're going through like 50 minutes prior to, and then we'll have our last 20 minutes before we come in the locker room like normal. And all our seniors, obviously our team knows how big of a game this is for us. Is the situation we're in at 3 and 4. So,
talk about this group of seniors. You mentioned some have played a lot. I think of Evan Erlmeyer, Kenneth Voss, Andrew Haase. Those are 3 headline names. What are some names of guys that have been there for key support in the weight room, in the practice field, on the bus?
Yeah, well,
unless it is those 3 guys.
No, well, those guys, obviously, it's a special group of seniors, and it's hard to single any of them out. But, you know, I mean, I can go through. There's a lot of guys that have been, you know, the Manny Allens of the world that don't get a lot of pub for what he does and how he came in last year as a junior, and you know, the Romix, the Rudders, who was hurt last year, and now he got concussed last week, so he won't be playing tonight. It's kind of sad that, you know, everything he's come through from his knee injury and coming back, that he doesn't get to play tonight. But hopefully there'll be more games down the road for him that he gets to still play his senior year in.
And you have to have guys that put in the work, that set the tone for younger classes. I mean, that's stereotype, but it is true.
Yeah, it's so true with this senior class, and that's we did something a little different this summer as far as bringing the freshmen up, and we had freshmen through 12 all summer together, because I wanted our freshmen to see the senior class, because they are such great leaders, great people, high character individuals, and you want your younger guys to see that and mimic that.
Sense of urgency tonight, is that the biggest headline for you?
Yeah, I mean, we all know there's urgency. I don't think we've put an undue stress on our guys. I mean, we keep telling our guys, you realize if the playoffs started today, all 8 of our first opponents would be in the playoffs. So we have played a playoff caliber team every week, and we have not been losing at halftime to any of them. We've been tied or ahead. It's a matter of us executing and just, you know, just have fun with it tonight.
Valley is a team that looks like you looked like you last year. A little slower start in a couple spots, but they are in a position 6-1. A lot of good guys, a lot of talent in a lot of places. This is a good Valley team. What stands out to you about them?
Oh, their athletic ability is probably the best we've seen. They have playmakers, obviously, on the outside. They have, you know, wide receivers, obviously, with Zay, but the running backs are good. They have juice. The secondary, lots of athletic ability, and they make plays back there. Defensive lines are big. So it's, you know, it's not an easy task. It's probably easily, you know, you can argue this is the most talented team in the state.
Where do you see as keys for you then?
Just stay within ourselves, you know, execute, you know, do what we've been working on. We've had a good week of practice. So, you know, we'll see where we end up at the end of the night tonight.
All right, that's Jeff Bauer. He's the head coach of the Ankeny Hawks. We'll talk to him at halftime. Our pregame show continues here on CISN.
Once again, I want to take a moment to thank all the coaches who sit and chat with us every single week here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. We appreciate it greatly. When we come back, we'll take a look at the games going on tonight. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals. So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. Let's wrap things up and let's take a look at the games going on tonight. Taking a look at your 5A games going on tonight and also around the state. Tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network, number 15 Ankeny hosts number 4 Valley. This game last year, let's pretty much switch how this game was supposed to go down because it was Valley who needed to win this game to stay alive in the RPI. Well, it looks like Ankeny's going to have to do that this year. Number 15 Ankeny hosts Valley in what should be a phenomenal football game. Another team that needs to win. It looks like this is the must-win make or break for the postseason. Waukee Northwest at 3-4 hosts number 12 Ankeny Centennial. Whoever loses this game is in trouble, to say the least. Waukee Northwest a little bit more than Centennial. Do the Wolves have anything left to upset the Jags and stay alive in postseason competition? And then finally, it's been the match we've all loved watching the last couple of years. And honest to God truth, last year's was probably the best game we've ever seen. Number 5 Dowling Catholic takes on number 11 Southeast Polk. This game has been great the last couple of years. Dowling hasn't beat Southeast Polk since 2015. The Rams might need to win to stay alive, could afford a loss. Really, this game might help decide who gets home field advantage for the postseason. And finally, other games going on, mostly to our friends in Eastern Iowa that have a lot to do with the RPI. Number 3 Pleasant Valley takes on number 14 Iowa City West. Pleasant Valley looks really good. One of their best wins over the year is against Iowa City Liberty, though they have lost to Bettendorf. But keep an eye out for the Spartans. Number 6 Linn-Mar takes on number city Iowa City High. This one's pretty simple. It feels like the winner of this game will get home field advantage in the playoffs. The loser will not and will have to go on the road. Iowa City High does play Bettendorf next week, though. Keep an eye out for that one. Linn-Mar will take on Prairie. Number 10 Waterloo West, coming off the loss to Valley, will try to recover against, you guessed it, another top 3 team. Number 2 Iowa City Liberty takes on the Wallhawks. We'll see if Waterloo West can put up a fight, or we'll have their back against the wall in Week 9 when they take on Ottumwa. And finally, number 1 Bettendorf tries to stay undefeated. They take on a number 16th ranked Prairie team who is on the outside or currently on the inside, but you think a loss pretty much sets the Hawks out. Remember, they did beat Southeast Polk earlier this year. Keep an eye out for this one between the Bulldogs and the Hawks. Well, that will do it for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I've been your host, Blake Walker. Enjoy the games tonight. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Refreshment needs, please visit them. Any purchases made at the concession stand.
Week number 8 of the Iowa High School Athletic Association football season is just moments away from kickoff tonight. It's the Valley Tigers 6-1 and the 3-4 Ankeny Hawks in a game with huge playoff implications tonight from Ankeny Stadium here on the north side of Ankeny. Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Yeager. Luke Denadell with us, and we'll see Austin Oliver and Emma Eckhart in just a matter of moments. Tonight, Luke, this is a contest where one is for sure in. The Valley Tigers are in the playoffs. But it becomes a little different story for the Ankeny Hawks tonight. Tonight is a sense of urgency. Who has more urgency tonight?
I think tonight Ankeny definitely has a lot of urgency. This could really kickstart a good long playoff run if they perform well and they're able to get a win tonight.
And this is a game that Valley and Ankeny played last year. It went Valley's way at their stadium. The Hawks are hoping tonight it goes their way at this stadium. Liberty was the opponent last week for the Hawks, and about 4 or 5 plays, you heard Coach Bauer say a couple of times, Luke, were the difference in a ball game. I mean, you've coached, you know how frustrating 3-4 things can go, but if you're the Ankeny Hawks, what do you have to do to right the ship tonight?
You got to clean up penalties. You're 6-7 games into the season where you shouldn't have any false starts, you shouldn't have any little penalties, and just win the turnover battle.
Well, let's talk about some of these key players, and there's none more key than Zay Robinson for the Valley Tigers. Now, you've had to play him in basketball and seen how good he is. Does any of his skill set translate from basketball to football?
All of it. All of it does. He's one of those guys where you wish you were allowed to dunk in high school warm-ups. His athleticism is just unmatched.
He comes in with 14 total touches, but one of the most CISN-watched plays of the year is his kickoff return. But for the Ankeny Hawks, it's Daniel Larmy. He's one of 2 running backs that the Hawks bring into this contest. What's Daniel Larmy? I mean, he's 655 yards rushing on the season, 5 touchdowns. The Hawks need him to be a part of this game, right?
He's huge. He carries the ball over 50% of the time that anyone else does, and he runs the ball hard. He's just got to get good blocks in front of him, read the line, and get through those holes.
There's the Valley Tigers who've made their way out onto the field. Let's go down to the sidelines. 66 degrees. The wind is out of the south-southeast at 10 miles an hour. Austin Oliver, can you confirm it is a October night here in high school football?
It definitely is. We're down here in the Ankeny student section. I think the wind is going to play a factor tonight, at least initially for the first part of the game. It's coming out of the south, going into the north, so it was interesting seeing how they were going to make the choices on kicking off and receiving. But it's definitely going to be a factor here going. Just hope it doesn't get too cold tonight.
All right, this is a game where emotions are big. This is not a team that 3-4 you look over if you're the Valley Tigers, but what do you get the sense of their warm-ups from each of these teams?
Well, I think the Valley seemed a little bit more calm and collected. I think Ankeny definitely got some will to get out there and make something happen tonight, as you guys were talking about in the pregame. So,
all right, Austin Oliver, thank you so very much. There's a look at the Ankeny captains getting ready to go. A little bit of a different look for the Hawks tonight up front. Reuter is out with an injury. Landon Reuter, he did go through senior festivities, but it's going to have to be a couple of different guys getting the call. And there's also a couple of other injuries to discuss, and one of them is with the Valley Tigers. Jaden McGregory is a guy a lot of people like to watch play, another great punt returner for the Tigers. He is out. He is only in a jersey and sweats. The other guy to watch is Zay Robinson. We talked about him in the open, Luke, but he looked a little tentative in the warm-up. Does that, when you're a coach, what do you think when you see something like that?
You gotta see what their mentality is going forward. Kind of see how he is on offense, how he's running his routes. See if that injury is kind of affecting him or not.
And it is. You're trying to find advantages. You're trying to find openings tonight. As we look at some of the playoff implications for this squad, for both of these teams as they go through the coin toss, Valley looks like has won the toss. They will defer. Ankeny will defend the north end zone, but if we can take a look at the playoff scenarios that are out there here as we're just a few seconds away from kickoff, this game is big. Top 16 on the RPI will make the playoffs. Top 8 will host. There's a difference here. Valley is ranked 4th. Ankeny's 15th. Depending on how things go, Ankeny plays this ridiculously tough schedule. 8 of their 9, if the playoffs were tonight, would be in the playoffs. So that tells you the strength of the schedule. Valley, though, they really want that 4 seed because you want to be home for 1 and 2 games if possible, right?
Yep, it's big having that second game at home, especially before getting to the well. Because that first game, you're going up against a lower-rated RPI team, but once you get to that second game, your opponents just get tougher as you keep playing.
And if you are Ankeny looking at the way that these RPIs look, and if you're thinking, well, let's see, you're at 15, that would mean you would go likely play number 2, Iowa City Liberty, and I think Coach Bauer would say, well, take that rematch every day of the week, including twice on Sundays.
100%. I would take that too if I were Ankeny.
But if you are Valley right now at that 4 seed, then you're looking at a possible Centennial. Southeast Pocatello tonight, big game over on the east side of the Metro. Southeast Polk and Dowling, that game is slated to be on CISN, and we've got your full coverage tonight. And let's get ready to go as we get ready to kick off. The Valley Tigers in their all-white uniforms, orange numbers, trimmed in black, and those white helmets with the big V on the left and right side in a metallic orange with an orange stripe. Set to kick off for the Valley Tigers is Seppi Frediani. He steps it up. The Hawks in their home maroon tops with white pants. On senior night, 2024 is underway, and the kick is going to go at the goal line. That's a touchback. The Ankeny Hawks will come out with their offense led by Luke Anderson. He's a guy, Luke, what do you see from Luke Anderson? I mean, you've been able to see some games as the year's gone on. What stands out to you about Luke?
You know, he's a great passer. He kind of sticks in the pocket. He trusts his guys to give him enough time to find his receivers downfield or maybe layer me out for a nice little 5-yard kick.
Daniel is on the sidelines to start this game, which means Caden Henkus, a senior tonight, will be the single setback with Anderson in the backfield. The big guy goes in motion, and holy cow, I heard that it was possible. Lucas Beroth went in motion on that play. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Big 71, and the fans underneath us were surprised. Pickup of 6 on the play. He's in motion there. That's Evan Erlmeyer. It's going to be a give to Hankus again. He gets near the first down, and I think he's going to get it. A couple of tackles for Valley. The tacklers right there. Dane Christensen was the last one on the pile. So we'll say his name first. It is an Ankeny first down at the 32-yard line.
That was a great push by that front line, getting him a couple extra yards with that.
Now Larmy empties out the backfield and goes in, and Erlmeyer comes back. Anderson, quick throw out to Erlmeyer. Caught at the 28, tripped up, and it'll be a loss on the play. Looks like getting his hand on there was the same guy we just talked about. Dane Christensen is 17.5 tackles, make it 19.5 here. Loss on the play at 2. I'll say he did get just 1 more yard back, so it's only a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Larmy in motion, they look his way, fake. Now they throw it to him, it's caught. He'll get up to the 30 and no further. He had a great defender right on him the whole time. And that's Cam Cryberry, and it'll be 3rd and long.
It's a dangerous pass there.
It sure didn't look like that was the pass Anderson wanted to make.
No.
He pump faked a couple of times, and now the Hawks face a long 3rd. Scoreboard says 3rd and 11. That is a long 11. So now with 10:21, no score. Hankus comes back in. Beroth in that blocking formation. Anderson with time. Throws. Caught. Erlmeyer at the 46-yard line. Skids down to get it. And that is an Ankeny Hawk first down on the coverage. And you couldn't play it any tighter than that. Drew Downing was absolutely wearing his pants.
That's a huge conversion right there. Huge conversion for the Hawks.
Goes down right there, and they needed 11, and they picked up 16 on the play. 1st and 10 from the Ankeny 47. Anderson gives it to Hankus, who finds a seam, gets into the secondary, and gets across to the 45-yard line, picks up nearly 8 on the play before he's brought down.
That was a great run on the first play. Kind of opens up a lot of options for Ankeny here.
Hankus remains in the game with Anderson. High snap, Caden gets it. And he's hit right at the line to gain. He's going to be short. I think their first for Valley was Gage Olson, the 5'10", 180-pound senior cornerback. It'll be 3rd and 1. Wind still blowing those flags. There's an American flag right on the far sideline, and it is standing straight up. See what the Hawks do here at going into that wind. B. Roth in the backfield, goes in motion. It's the give to Larmy. He gets through the line, and he's going to get a first down. He stood up. Big D lineman right there, Colin Stracker, CA. Coach Swenson talked about him in the pregame this week, just how much he is a force in that middle. He's a 6'1", 200-pound senior D tackle.
I mean, Laramie was moving right off to get there, and I'm not sure anyone was going to stop him, but that guy surely did. That guy stood him right up.
I'm just amazed at B. Roth here in that formation. Going in motion to block is just something to see. Now Minner and B. Roth. Minner, a defensive tackle on the left side. They go Larmy. He'll shed one tackler and then get stood up after about a gain of 3.
Larmy fights his way up there through the middle for a gain of
41 and 35, otherwise known as Downing. And Wolter. Gain of 2 on the play. Home crowd, senior night. We introduced every senior from cheerleading to cross country to band and then football. Waiting to erupt on the home side. B. Roth in motion. Hankus left side, and he has just stood up. No matter if you have B. Roth or Minner out there, it was, again, great defensive stop by Valley. Downing and Horn. Whatever Ankeny saw on tape, Luke, is the strategy not quite working yet because those guys are really pinching.
Yeah. Valley's doing a great job reading where that ball's going, whether it's running up the middle or running to the left side.
Again, the third down of this drive. Another 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line. 4 receivers come to the right side of the formation. 1 to the top. That's Brandhorst. Anderson's going to quarterback draw it and get popped. Holy cow. Coming like a missile on that play was Luke Walter. And Anderson's been kind of hesitant to run all season and not going to feel real positive about doing that again after that play.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a design run or if he just saw kind of a breakdown where he saw an opening where he could get some yardage, but Valley was ready for it.
Ankeny brings on the punt team after a gain of 1 on the play. Harrington stands back at his own 47-yard line. Back deep for the Tigers is Micah Lailasher, with Robinson not in that backfield, and Harrington's punt is going to go 6 yards deep. The ball will come out to the 20-yard line. All right, Austin Oliver, we normally go to you with a score, but let's check in with you just to kind of get a sense of the wind here in that first drive. What are you picking up there, Austin?
It definitely is whipping down here, so I was surprised that kick went as well as it did for the Hawks there with that punt, but it's definitely going to be a factor unless it dies down here for sure.
So the Tigers will come out, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 5:50 to play. First offensive series coming. And it's Drake DeGroat. First play is a handoff to Mason. And Mason is just an absolute moose. The third Mason, Tyus Javon. Thing about Darius, he's bigger, stronger. And Coach Swenson wants one more Mason, maybe 2. You know how it is when you get brothers or many siblings.
You just hope they keep getting better as they keep getting younger.
Mason, the single setback. 2 receivers come to the near side. They go Mason. And the bull gets going, and then he is gang tackled. Whittinger is there. Also Manning Allen and Tristan Hill. Looks like it's a group project to try to bring down Darius Mason so far.
Tackle was made by number 51, Manning Allen. Trying to get it the first down, the first and 10 from their own 32-yard line.
Reset of the offensive formation. DeGroat turns around, gives it to Mason again, who gets to the outside and is going to be short of the first down, but a great 5.5, 6 yards on the play. Mason goes out. Zay Robinson comes in now to see his first offensive snap.
Well, Mason's looked good for his first 3 runs. Let's see what Valley's got going now.
And it's play action, and it's to the tight end, and hanging on is Mars Clark, and the big guy, number 88, that's Zach Schemper, makes the tackle. Davison is the running back. In for Valley, now spelling Mason. 3rd and 5 after the pass play. Single receivers to the left and right for DeGroat. He'll give it to Davison, who dances, waits, gets the first down across the 42 to the 43-yard line before Ben Taylor comes up and makes the stop for the Ankeny Hawks.
He got some really nice blocks right up in front of him and kind of just maneuvered through for the first down perfectly.
Robinson already out, limped off the play after that play. 1st and 10 from the 44. Big formation goes to the right side now. Handoff Davison. Around that where those big horses were, and he is into the secondary. He's into Ankeny territory before Taylor brings him down. Now they're pick up a first down yardage. Pick up a 12 on that play. Coach Swenson said last night, we have got to run the football if we're going to win this game, and so far they're running the football well.
And they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job.
What is it about running the ball that is, just so, it's so cliche, but so important? Davison in there. He'll get the call. Stood up, and then yards after first contact, Whittinger finishes it off. Looked like Andrew Haase might have gotten a hand on him first, and that's about it. Big gain, though. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Valley scored a lot from the air. Let's see what they can do as they continue to run. Now Mason is back in, and Mason bowls his way forward near the sticks to the 35 before he's tripped up. Looks like Ben Taylor was there last. Valley 3rd and very manageable at this point from the 35-yard line of Ankeny. Now they bring the big horses to the left side. Mason's the single back. High snap, Mason. He waits, he stood up, and he might be short.
Wow.
Tristan Hill's the last one off the pile. Andrew Haase looked like maybe Mason Randolph even came up for a little moral support. Kinnick Voss goes out. Coming in is Jack Derfler, who's going to play here on this heavy 4th and 1. And it is a full 1 yard. Wind at their back. Tigers right now decided they are going to go with a traditional play. DeGroat gets under center. A lot of confusion going on. Everybody finally set. Hand off. Davison, he has the first down and then some. Gets 4 and off almost 5 yards before he's brought down by Whittinger. Actually, that's Sam Sandvig who came up to make that tackle.
It's a big 4th down conversion right there for the Valley Tigers.
You see that more and more on that short play. Teams are getting 10, 15 yards on first down.
I think everyone was thinking it was going to be a sneak there.
Yeah. Davison back in there with DeGroat. DeGroat, now Davison into the secondary before Sandvig made the initial trip. And again, first down yardage for the Tigers. They seem to be, Luke, running at will.
They're running the ball hard, and their blockers are doing great for them. They're getting them an extra 2 or 3 yards just by with solid blocks.
And let's see if the Tigers are going to get a play off before the quarter. We're down to 3-2. They are not going to get this off. That is how the first quarter is going to end, with both teams getting one possession. The Tigers still have the ball. When we come back, no score after one.
Covering the end of the first quarter.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
The mood has been outstanding this week. There's a great shot from our crew. Isaiah and Luke on camera tonight. Our director, Randy Nielsen. Paul Yeager, Luke Denadell with us. Austin Oliver and Emma Eckhart down on the sideline. It's been really, Luke, a lot of offense. This is coming up the 12th play of the drive. It's already taken 6 minutes, 10 seconds off the clock. And Valley is barely inside the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone at the 18. There's still a lot of yards to go.
There's a lot of yards to go.
But Valley has been running seemingly 7, 8, 9 yards a crack. They go Davison. Right side at the numbers, cuts it back, and then he is brought down. Penalty flag on the play at the 15. Ben Taylor and also Nathan Becker on the tackle for Ankeny. And it looks like it's against Valley.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
As long as we don't have that, was it the Monday night or the Sunday night game? Monday night had
Monday night.
all the penalties.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, we got through that first quarter without any. I mean, that might happen when you run the ball 80% of the time.
I think Valley's thrown one pass on this drive.
Yep.
And they've been doing it with the size. The Valley DNA has always been big linemen. They go big running back, Mason. He's in the open. He stiff arms one man. He's on the far sideline. He's near the 10 before he's knocked out of bounds.
He made up those penalty yards pretty quickly and then gained some too.
Taylor and Voss. I tell you what, watching Mason, I mean, that's a lineman with speed out there. Look at his run. God. Love it.
He runs hard. He runs fast. It's tough to take down.
He remains in the game. You can't simulate something like that. Unless
No.
maybe you get Lucas B-Roth to be your running back. Give us to Mason up the middle. Dances out to the side. Manning Allen grabs a hold and goes for a ride for a couple of yards before Nathan Becker finishes it off. It's now inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Tigers.
It'll be interesting to see what Valley does. Do they continue to run the ball as they get closer, or are they going to maybe have a run play option here? run-pass option.
Play 17 of the drive. Dance with the one that brought you. Looks like they might run again. They go Mason, left side, puts his head down, gets to about the 5.
Mason on the carry, no gain on the play.
Becker. Nathan Becker in there. Also, Easy Pinks coming in for some support. They'll say no gain on that play.
I believe number 32, Nathan Becker. Second down.
Well, Becker just shoved the offensive lineman and basically went for the ball. Went for the ball carrier there.
Coach Bauer raved about Nathan Becker's development. Just calls him a stud football player. When you're trying to tackle Big Mason, you got to be. Again, Mason, they go left side. This time they're going to get much more yardage inside the 5 to about the 3. Andrew Haase getting helped off the pile. So is Nathan Becker.
They just love that left side. They just keep running the ball. They're committed to it.
And again, another big lineman coming in, Jack Derfler. 3rd and goal from the 3. Big play coming for the Tigers. They go I formation, lots of motion, trying to confuse the Hawks. DeGroat under center. Gives to Davison. He's wrapped up. Second effort gets him into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
That's a huge, huge 3rd down run for the Tigers, getting in there for the end zone, getting in for 6.
Touchdown for the Tigers. Number 23, Jaden Davison.
And Valley, what a drive. 91 yards of rushing.
They ran the ball 15 out of their 16 plays, even when it was 1st and 20, running the ball right away.
Extra point is up and good. Valley 7, Ankeny 0. You're watching high school football on CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today. 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Flag.
Brandhorst returns the kick to the 40 on a short, low line kick. There is a penalty flag on the play, which
37-yard line. That's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10. Early scores from around the CIML.
you guys have all said a penalty, but I don't see the flag, and I don't see the. I think it is just going to be at the 37. So that's going to be where Ankeny goes to work. Second offensive series, they're down 7-0. Moved the ball a couple of times, but really struggled on a couple of those plays. We'll go to Austin Oliver after this play from scrimmage, and it's Hankus up the middle. All right, Austin, what'd you see on that first drive?
That's about what Coach Swenson pretty much talked about in his pregame stuff, was exactly what he wanted to do, just run the ball right down the field. Also on that kickoff, that was a fumble that you saw get, I think, a little beanbag drop there. We thought there was a flag. So Ankeny recovered it right away, though, but it definitely was a fumble on the kickoff.
All right, thank you, Austin. Andrew Price, the tackle for Valley on that play. Second down, Hankus again, and he's hit in the backfield again by Price. Andrew Price coming in, leading tackler for the Tigers, 41.5, 30 of them solo. Moved to linebacker from a secondary position as he's got speed. He just shot the gap. Valley seems to be jumping a lot of those things. How do you I don't know, design your way out of something like that.
You got to try something new, especially third down here.
Third and long again for the Hawks. Anderson with his feet. He's going to run it. He can run for a long way. He's at the 45-50. He's going to get out of bounds at the 47-yard line. That's enough for an Ankeny first down before he's escorted there by Michael LeLacher. And that is a yard. That feels a lot better than the last time he ran the ball.
Yes, it does. He had a great read. Nobody was open downfield. Left side was wide open. He just tucked the ball and ran.
That might change a little bit of the way the defense goes on the Hawks moving forward. They go Larmy back underneath. He darts it to the outside, and he's got 10 yards. Stands up his defender. It was Gage Olson who he stood up, and then Olson does complete the tackle at the 39-yard line. We got a good physical game. We got some contact. Gain of 9. Ball at the 39. Larmy up the middle. First down and brought down. Stracker CA. A little easier, 1 yard than 10. Trying to get a first down. That's the thing about Valley on that last drive, though, Luke. They were never really behind the chains. Always kind of on schedule. 3, 6, 9. Anderson to throw with time. Goes down the far sideline. He's got Hankus. Hankus tries to create space, but he's guarded extremely well by Cam Cryberry. Incomplete pass. Good defense there by Cryberry.
I mean, that's one of 5 passes that we've seen tonight. This is a lot of old school football, just kind of running the crap out of the ball.
And there's one thing about that strategy, too, is to keep it away from your opponent. If you're Ankeny right now, you don't want to keep tackling Mason if you don't have to.
Right. You're going to have less possessions, which means you got to do more with it when you have the ball.
You got to score if you're Ankeny. You're down 7-0.
Nope.
7.5 to play. B-Roth in motion. That is not going to get tired of saying. Anderson, look back screen. He's rushed, and he's threw it intended for Larmy, but really who he was hitting was Zach Breitbach, who was out there on the screen. That was throwing it away to save a play.
I don't know if he just lost Larmy there at the end, and he just saw his offensive tackle.
Again, 2 quick plays, and Ankeny's facing another 3rd and 10 from the Valley 36-yard line. Anderson rushed out to throw. He gets it to Brandhorst, caught at the 38, but that's going to be a loss on the play. Maybe a yard. Kind of the safety valve there. Cryberry again. That kid's everywhere. And they're gonna trot out Harrington to try this would be a 53-yard field goal, which would tie his season high, which is one of the best in all classes. It's the second longest in 5A. Can he duplicate it? The kick is up. It's wide right. That thing had end over end, had the right distance, just not quite the accuracy. And Valley will stop that drive and force the turnover on downs.
Well, you got the wind at your back there. I'd go for that too. I'd go for that long kick, especially with him as a kicker.
Harrington's a guy, coached Jamie Cole in as an assistant. If you know anything about kicking, you know Jamie Cole. Kicked at Iowa State. Coach here at Ankeny on and off for a couple of different tenures. Has coached at Centennial. Has his own kicking camp. And we've heard about improvements made by some of the other kickers in this program since Jamie has come in to work with guys, maybe increasing their kickoffs by 20 yards. I mean, that's significant for a high school kid. 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 20-yard line. Second possession of the game. Valley already up 7-0. DeGroat in the gun. Davison stood up at the line and pushed back. Easier to say who didn't make a tackle on that play, but in there first, Kingston Upabi. All right, so you had a little bit of time to talk it over if you're Coach McGackey for Ankeny. I know it's only one play, but what are you talking about?
Well, They've ran the ball every single time except one. I'd keep trying to get through that line, figure out where Mason or Davison's going. Blow the play up.
Davison, left side, stood up at the line of scrimmage. Upabi there. Ben Taylor. Ben Taylor on the season, 52 tackles coming into tonight. Coach loves how he has developed and just been a big surprise. Smart kid. Knows where he needs to be at any given moment, and he now needs to help his team get off the field. 3rd and 7 coming from Valley from their own 23-yard line. Empty backfield. DeGroat with time. Tick, throw, high in the air. That's a free ball. Who's going to get it? I think Ankeny does have the interception. It's a tie-up. It's Kinnick Voss and for Valley, Jaden Brown. Andrew Haase caused the havoc to send DeGroat's pass straight up in the air, and Kinnick Voss, here's the Metro Heating and Cooling replay. Jump ball with Voss, and boy, you see Easy Pinks right away calling. He's trying to rip off the defender. Is that a good teammate, or is that?
That's a great teammate. That's a great teammate right there.
I got your back. I got your back. 1st and 10 from the Hawks from the 43, so they get the turnover. Hawks are going to look to try to convert this into points. They go Hankus in the middle. He is going to push his way forward and get inside the 40. Boy, I thought he was going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage, but he kept moving.
Going back to that interception, I mean, the ball, when the ball's up there for 7 or 8 seconds, somebody's got to come down with it.
That's like the end of game basketball shot, right? The 3-quarter Christian Leitner type thing. Like, somebody's got to come down with that, right? Hankus gets the call. He'll get a couple on that off-tackle play. In there for the Tigers first was Alonzo Jimenez from that defensive tackle. He is one of the Tigers' biggest defensive players, kind of right in the middle of that D-line. 3rd and 3. Hankus has the first down, or at least extreme. Yes, he's going to get it. Again, Jimenez in there on the tackle.
Ankeny offensive line did a great job opening that hole. That was an easy first down for him.
Ankeny goes hurry up here. Larmy gets the feet moving, hand down, gets over the pile. Inside the 30. I'm going to say there that was Jerome Horn. Probably finishing off that tackle for the Tigers. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4. B-Roth in motion, left to right. Now he cuts back to the left where Larmy goes off tackle. Just can't quite get through. Got to give credit right there to another defensive player for Valley, Dominic Jackman. Kind of curling around that play, and there is a Tiger down.
Tiger.
And that is a guy we've talked about a couple of times, Dane Christensen. As they attend to Dane, we'll step away. Valley leads 7-0.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you and I both know that you've been wanting to convert your drafty old wood-burning fireplace into a high-efficient gas one. Well, this is the perfect time. Heating Glow is making it easier than ever. If you buy this year between September 15th and October 13th, Heating Glow is giving a free vent kit worth up to $650, making it easier than ever to convert that old wood burner. But the best deal in years won't last, so come on in today. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Christensen gets help off the field there, walking on his own power. Good sign. Ankeny has it 1st and 10 from the 22 of Valley. Off the interception by Kinnick Voss. that was Voss is a wrestler. He was absolutely in there on a scrum. Take my wrestler in any big pile like that. That's kind of fun. Larmy. Big hole up the middle. Larmy almost breaks through inside the 15.
Larmy with a big hole to run through up the middle.
On the stop for the Tigers, Andrew Price, the free safety, comes up. And Ankeny gets another first down. 3 minutes, approaching 3 minutes here in the half. Anderson. Larmy cuts through, butter-like knife, or a knife through butter. Either way you say it. Not many people say it that way, the first way. Coming up at half, we're going to talk with Jennifer Williams, head band director at Ankeny High. We're going to watch the Ankeny Band show, learn more about it, hear about it, and also hear about their championship Saturday night in West Des Moines. Anderson throws it. Caught. Erlmeyer, he stood up right away. Great defensive play, Cam Cryberry. I've said Cryberry a lot tonight.
Yes, you have. Valley read that from the start. They were right there as the catch was made.
First time that Erlmeyer has been targeted. Third down for Ankeny. They can get a first down and not a touchdown. Larmy up the middle. He's going to power inside the 5. He's going to be close. I think he is going to be short of the line to gain. It's going to be fourth down and a long yard. Hawks bring in the heavy package. Nathan Lee comes in. B-Roth's in the backfield. Timeout before the play. Valley calls timeout. They've seen this movie before, but just not in the backfield. Let's go back to the Dowling Valley game in overtime. We watched it up here, Luke, in the overtime periods. Or it was getting late in the game. I don't think it was overtime. But Dowling brought out like 7 offensive linemen. They were on the line of scrimmage. Not many people put their linemen in the back right there.
Yeah. It's a little unorthodox there, but I mean, if you're trying to get short yardage, it can be a positive. It can be a game changer.
Ankeny on this drive, they've got to pick it up if they want to stay with this team. Are you surprised yet in just how absolute grinding this game has been?
Not really. Both teams have been running the ball well. We've gotten through the first half very quickly, and I think that goes to show when you run the ball 90% of your possessions for both teams.
Ankeny 95 yards rushing, 94 for Valley. The Hawks need 1 to extend the drive. 4th and 1 on the 3. Same formation where we left off before the timeout. Anderson has company, and then there's a penalty flag, and I think Ankeny just got a free set of yards. They're going to go half the distance now, so it'll be listed at the 1.5. Encroachment called on Valley, so it's an automatic. Now it's a first down. I think Ankeny still wants to run the play that they have wanted to call for the last 2 tries. Larmy is behind those linemen. They give it to Larmy through the middle towards the goal line. He looks like short. No signal yet. We're having a meeting.
Larmy, the ball carrier.
It's going to be at the 1-foot line. The judge came in from the side.
They're going to mark him just short of the goal line.
Second down. Well, the thing is, if you're Ankeny, you are taking time away from Valley to get another possession here before half. Same formation. Now they come up and bunch it. Anderson, quick snap, sneaks it in for the touchdown. Luke Anderson, the quarterback sneak, and the Hawks are an extra point away from tying it. That is Luke Anderson's first rushing touchdown of the season.
Valley even might have jumped off sides there.
I thought the same thing,
yeah.
Luke. I really did.
Ref held the flag once he saw it go through.
Harrington to attempt the extra point. High snap, pulled down, put up into the goalpost. We're tied at 7 with 1:02 to play here from Ankeny Stadium.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We're in a different
We're back here. Valley and Ankeny tied at 7. Ankeny's gone 11, 8, and 11 on their plays. They convert an interception for points. And Harrington to kick it off. We'll go to Austin Oliver after this touchback, and that's where it is. Austin, what do you know?
Harrington's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Austin?
Tigers will take over first and
I think
10
he's.
from their own 20-yard line.
I know he's down there. This would be the time I lost battery.
Up at halftime, we have performances from the Ankeny High School marching
All right.
band. And
We'll check in with him. We know we have an interview coming up at half. And our interview, we're going to have an interactive halftime. Jennifer Williams, band director, is with us. We're going to learn about this show. Valley comes out. 1:02 to play. Mason in the backfield. It's a busted play. DeGroat's going to take it, and he is going to get almost 10 yards. Then he stood up. Sam Sandvig was there, who delivered the initial blow. Andrew Haase, their second. On a busted play, the Tigers get 10 yards and a first down.
Valley gets the ball after halftime, so it'll be interesting to see how they use this possession before half.
Does that first down change your thinking here with 40 seconds?
Yeah,
timeout.
Definitely.
Valley takes timeout, so will we. Back in a moment, tied at 7.
It's the DeArmond Ford Kickoff Event. Score big on a new 2024 F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 66 months plus a total savings of $8,250. Get a new 2024 Bronco Badlands with a total savings of $6,000 and special incentives on new Ford SUVs like the 2024 Ford Escape and Bronco Sport and the new 2024 Edge and Expedition with big savings. All at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Mid-American Energy.
All right, let's go down to Austin Oliver real fast. We didn't get a chance to check in with him on after that last play or that last touchdown. What'd you see there, Austin, inside?
Yeah, well,
we got Emma. Oh, hi, Emma.
Hi. Yeah, that was really crazy. The interception really changed that momentum.
Emma, it was pretty physical, but I know you can't tell if he scored on that 1-yard play, but
yeah, it was very, very close.
Lot of muscle in there. All right, thanks, Emma. We'll talk to her in just a moment. Valley looks like they're going to throw the ball across the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Zay Robinson. We haven't seen Zay in quite a while. He's back in the game. As it now, Valley thinks about throwing the football. 40 seconds. Clock stops on the incomplete. Ball at the 30. Quick look at scores. Northwest and Centennial tied at 7. Iowa City West leads Pleasant Valley 7-0. Johnston 14, Urbandale 0. Southeast Polk leads Dowling 13-7. Here it's 7-7. Valley and Ankeny tied. Good one. And a grinder. Go Mason, left side. He gets a good 5-6 yards before Bernholtz, Taylor, Randolph. Haven't said much about Bernholtz tonight. He's been kind of quiet. Pick up a 6 on the play.
Before the play, I was wondering if Ankeny was thinking about taking a timeout, but there's only 20 seconds left.
I don't even think Valley is going to run another play. It looks like Gary Swenson is just saying, hold the phone. He's about to take the headset off, and that is going to be how the first half is going to end. It is going to be Valley scored first on an impressive drive where they ran the ball and then ran the ball some more. Ankeny takes a turnover, cashes it in for a score. And now we go to halftime in one of the fastest first halves. I think we figured out it took 15 minutes to play the first quarter of clock time. It's only 7:46. And we have a half in the game. There's been times, Luke, we've not even had a first quarter done in 46 minutes. But, all right, Emma Eckhart is getting in position. She's looking for Coach Bauer, who is, the last couple of times, he has gotten a drink of water. He's talking to his offensive coordinator, Brady Walls, as they walk off the field at the numbers. And they'll make way for the band. Emma Eckhart's down on our sideline. Hello, Emma.
Coach, that was a heck of a first half. You gave up that long drive, but how did that interception change your momentum?
Obviously, we needed that after being down to 7, and that was a big play for us, giving us field position and allowed us to get back and tie this game up.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jeff Bauer with Emma Eckhart. We're at halftime. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back in a moment. Halftime, we're going to learn all about the band show next here on CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Back here at halftime, Valley and Ankeny. We are going to do what's become one of my favorite things is to talk about the band. It is the band show from Ankeny High School. It's time for Ankeny Band to take the field. Jennifer Williams is here, and what's the name of the show?
So the show is called For Those Who Never Grew Up, and it's based around the story of Peter Pan.
And this is a show that you have performed many, many times, but we're getting down to the final few performances.
Yep, 3 this weekend. This is the first of 3, so here we go.
All right, so we're not going to grow up, Peter Pan. So what are some of the things that we need to watch for here in the open?
Oh, okay, so the opener is called Kensington Garden. So as you can see, we have these lampposts around the field, and kudos to all the parents that are out there holding them down in the wind tonight. So you're going to notice the stage on what we call side 2. The color guard members are going to read us the story from the book and set the mood for Kensington Garden. So as soon as we're ready to go in the front ensemble, we'll be going. So yeah, this is a fun show. You'll see that the guard is dressed like the Lost Boys. So you'll notice that they're waiting for the story to be told to them of Peter Pan.
And marching band shows have really become much more of a story. You are trying to thread so many things. We'll get into all the other things than marching, but it is about a story. Who came up with this story?
Well, the story, so the show was originally called The Lost Boys, and we wanted to do a different play on it. So it's a combination of several of us, the design team in Ankeny High School, Mr. Newhard, myself, Darren Mell, who's done our color guard for a long time, is now on as part of the design team. Our drill writer, we brought in a friend of mine, DeJuan Brooks, who's also been helping us with the design of the show this year. So.
And one thing that's different, it used to be there would be a point to go. Now you're saying the go. And I noticed it with the Centennial show is they just kind of start and all of a sudden they're into the show. How does this begin? This is what made me always nervous, was getting the show started.
Yes, for sure. It's always is the electrics, the stuff going to work? I'm sitting here right now waiting on Mr. Newhart to give the thumbs up. So all the things. So, yeah. But now, hey, it worked.
Okay, they're announcing the drum majors. We can't quite hear. Who are the drum majors?
Our drum majors are seniors Sydney Jones and Nick Roby, and juniors Kira Swanberg and Grant Heine.
Okay, so over the years, Jennifer, we've talked about the band is different than it used to be. They don't just play and march and move. What is the motions? What are they doing right now?
Well, you're going to see a lot. As I've said all season, the Ankeny Marching Hawks are moving like they've never moved before this year. My friend Duan, or our friend Duan, out of he lives in Michigan currently, has come in. We hired him to do all this visual stuff. So they're going to dance right now. They're acting out the music, and you're going to see him fly here in just a second. And then they flutter step off towards their dot.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Ankeny Marching Hawks.
And then we play really loud. And move while doing it, which is awesome.
It never gets old to hear a huge presentation. I would imagine it doesn't for you either.
It does not. It's always fun to watch it get better as the season goes on. Yeah, like that opening stuff you just saw, we've known that since August 5th or 6th, and it's still great on October 18th. It's better. I should say it's better than it was.
And we've heard that at preview nights and things like that, and the kids, but at some point they get to, it becomes a little emotional because, oh my gosh, that's like the third to last time I'll play it, or whatever it is, right?
Oh, Paul, you're gonna start the tears now, man. Yeah, so this movement is our fun, childish move. It's called the ship. So the kids are purposely acting childish and having a good time on the field. You'll notice that we've got some ladders on the lamppost now and some sails. Let's hope those sails in the back don't take off with this wind tonight. But transforming like we're kids playing pirates. Like, that's the goal. And we're also playing a lot of notes right now. Like, this show is killer hard.
So there's so much to watch. For the average person who sees the show, I mean, parents are always looking for their kid at the 40 or the 20 or wherever it is. But how do you watch something like this as a civilian, as it were?
I think you've got to watch all aspects of it. There's so much. Like right now, this is like the cutest thing ever. They act like little kids singing along with the tuba.
Who's on the tuba?
That is Gabe Vesperman. He is a junior this year.
I love that part.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-oh, who's here?
Oh, look, Captain Hook has made his appearance this evening, and his ship's going to go. Kudos to all our parents that made all these props happen. Like, when we started talking about moving a stage around the field, I was like, oh no, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. And also kudos to the kids that make it happen every day.
They're like pushing the, we've got a Peter Pan Captain Hook fight.
Yep, Captain Hook won against his fellow pirates, his minions.
So Peter Pan, or Captain Hook is J.J. Benke.
Yep. He's a sophomore this year, yeah.
Good.
JJ's done a great job with being Captain Hook. He's been put on the spot all season long, and every time he just makes it better, which kudos to him.
When we talk about all these aspects of the show and parts like that, I mean, what are judges? I mean, I know things are different, but what are, like, you're trying to not necessarily make a show that's great for judging, but what are the rules for what it is? What are judges looking for in shows like this?
Well, I think our overall, not necessarily even just a judge, but everybody, is we just want to make it audience pleasing and see that you can tell we're telling a story and that you're enjoying watching it. And the same thing with judging. Like, we want to show them, like, we know we're telling this story, and that we are capable of doing all the visual and musical aspects that go with it to make it a great story. So from our playing to the visual stuff that we're doing, like in between the lampposts right now, you'll notice some stuff over in front of the scene that we're, the trumpets are raising some trumpets up, and we've got the soloists in the middle playing a duet with some guard soloists as well.
Yeah, who do we have on flute?
Our two soloists are Sydney Jones and Kira Swanberg, two of our drum majors. So, like, right now, Paul, there's so much to watch. Like, you could watch on the left-hand side and see all the visuals that the flutes and the woodwinds are doing, but then the brass are doing all these things on the ground that are also so cool. So that's been one of my favorite parts of this season, is just, like, there's so much to watch. Like, every day I find something new to watch and enjoy from the kids.
And you know what's the show. And here I am trying to only see it once every other week, and I can't keep up. So if you're I don't feel so bad now.
No, you shouldn't. And you got to remember, I've got 205 bodies out there to watch, too. So someday I might just find a different person to watch and notice.
Okay, what's coming up here?
Oh, this is our big hit moment. Woo! Moment still gives me goosebumps every time.
It's emotional to watch because I know you mentioned August 5th, August 6th, whenever you started your camp.
Yeah.
And the music, I mean, you had percussion that worked all summer and front ensemble. I mean, these kids have just put in so many hours.
So many hours for this great activity, and kudos to all of them for all the early mornings and our Tuesday night rehearsals and everything. So over on side one now, you'll notice at the stage, one of our color guard members has a bow on, so she's like windy, and then she's got her friend who has put on her suit coat because she doesn't want to grow up, but I guess she has to, but at the same time, I'm still going to be a kid, so. And then we have Evan Hegel on her saxophone solo there on the stage.
The thing I've noticed about this show is, you mentioned it just a moment ago, about left side, right side, two different things going on, and the amount of movement. I mean, again, you've mentioned people that have helped you help coordinate this, but you got to get the buy-in from the kids to know how important their part of the show is. When you say 205 members, that's what to me is always amazing, and how every single member matters to this overall production.
100%. We talk about this from the first day of marching band camp. Every person out there is playing varsity from day one.
Okay, we're getting close here, right? Big finish coming?
Yep, here comes the big finish. Again, this is just an example of like how we're moving in a way we've never moved before. All the things that are happening in this block up front, and here comes one of the best parts, the spin. Speaking of spinning, kudos to our color guard out there dealing with this wind today.
That gets to be the hard part of marching band season, especially late October.
Yep.
Oh.
marching band. Yeah.
Tell me about Saturday night, how cool that was at Valley Stadium.
Oh, Saturday night was just awesome. It was just fun. Like, the kids, I knew the performance was really good. I always go to the top of the press box because I want to see it from up top because it's my highest view. But, like, I knew it was good, but I never know what 6 people are going to think on one particular night, you know? So I may think it's good, but I don't know if everybody else is going to. But what was really, like, some of my favorite moments of that night were, like, watching all the band students in the bleachers before awards, and they're all doing the wave, and, you know, all, like, our kids are, like, following the rules, and they don't have their cell phones, but they're still doing the wave. And then as the placings are announced, like, watching the Ankeny Marching Hawks students, like, stand up and clap for everybody. Like, overall, I want our band kids to just be great humans. And so to me, that was like one of my favorite parts. And then the first place part, finish is like the icing on the cake. So
first place at Valley, marching competition. There's a chance to hear them tomorrow in 2 different times. You have the state contest in the morning, and then Mid-Iowa is here tomorrow afternoon and evening.
Yes, tomorrow the Marching Hawks play, I think, 11:35 tomorrow morning in Waukee. And then we'd like to invite everybody out tomorrow night. We've got the most amount of bands we've ever had tomorrow night at Mid-Iowa Band Championship with 24 bands. We did the math. It's like 60 buses, 40 trailers, 2,500 performers. It's going to be a huge event, and I'm really excited that the Marching Hawks get to cap off the night at 10:45 at the end of the night. So, yeah, it's going to be a great show. We're really excited. We've got 12 4A bands this time, several 3A, several 2A. It's going to be a really great show.
Great show.
Well,
great job as always. Great to see you.
Thanks, Paul. It's great to see you, too. Yep, thank you.
Halftime continues after this.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
DeArmond CDJR Knoxville with these outstanding offers. New Grand Cherokee 4xe Trailhawk with up to $13,000 off. New Dodge Hornet RT also up to $13,000 off. New Jeep Gladiator Sports receive 14% off MSRP. And new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorns with over $10,000 off. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we will buy it from you. Incredible savings at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today. 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Back at halftime, let's go down to the sideline to Emma and Coach Swenson.
Coach, in your pregame interview, you talked about how important it was to run the ball. Running the ball has been big for both teams. What are you going to do in the second half to continue your run game and stop Ankeny's?
Well, we'll just keep. I thought we had the line of scrimmage in our favor in the second half of the first quarter and the second quarter, and that's what we'll try and recapture now. We're going to get the ball here. We're going to be going into the win the third. It's going to be important that we run the football, and I like what we're doing. We'll be fine.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, that's Gary Swenson and Emma Eckhart. Emma, great job. She's interviewed a coach who has won 400 games as a high school football coach. Gary Swenson coached at Spencer. Now he's been at Valley, won state titles. I had the really pleasure of working with him for a number of years, covering Valley for CISN years ago, and always appreciated all the time. It was really good to connect with him. And Luke Denadell's back with me here at halftime. You've been around long enough to know when you run into quality people, it's fun to see them. Even though they might beat you, it's still fun to see them because you have to respect them. Listening to what you've heard both coaches say, what'd you take away?
You know, they got Ankeny's winning the penalty war. They're winning the turnover battle. Both teams are running the ball really well. It's going to come down to how the passes look. Gets down to third and long. What are teams going to do, really?
When he talks about running the ball, Mason's been hard to bring down. When you're getting 6-7 yards, I mean, there's always those adjustments. I always call it collapsing around. It's kind of what you have to do against Centennial to stop them, is kind of pinch from the sides. But then you're susceptible to other things like that. There's always that high-risk reward on certain strategies.
Yeah, it really depends on you got to catch them on the right play where they're running right into your scheme. And when they run right into your scheme, you're able to get a stop.
All right, we're going to run back scores when we return. Since I went so long with the interview, we got to pay some bills. Back in a moment.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Let's take a look at our first half highlights as we see the teams warming up. That's Ankeny, Coleman Benzu catching that. Let's take a look at a lot of runs. It was a lot of Mason. But this is Davison who scores the touchdown for Valley. In the first half, Davison had 8 carries for 46 yards. Mason's 10 carries for 54 yards. He would score the touchdown in that first half. But Ankeny would get their defense in order. Andrew Haase would break free, force DeGroat to throw it high, and that's where Kinnick Voss went up, ripped it away, a little scrum right there in the middle, and Ankeny would then proceed to drive it 11 plays, and it would be a full house backfield when Luke Anderson did something he hasn't done all year, and that's run it in for a touchdown. Late push, kind of stands up on his way in, but man, there was a lot of beef in there. Anderson, 3 carries for 17 yards. Hankus, 10 for 30. Larmy, 10 for 50. Erlmeyer, 3 catches for 13, 1 for Larmy, 1 for Brandhorst. It's been a pretty quiet game of passing. 5 of 7 for Ankeny for 13 yards. Valley is 1 of 3 for -1, but they've rushed it for 110 yards. Put those stats into context for me, Luke.
Well, a lot of rushes. I mean, both teams are running the ball about 85-87% of the time, and they're doing it efficiently. So they're just going back to it.
Northwest leads Centennial 10-7. Iowa City West continues to lead Pleasant Valley 14-7. Johnston 21, Urbandale 7. Dowling 21, Southeast Polk 13. Other scores, Linn-Mar leads City High 21-14. We're tied at 7. Valley's going to get the football. They'll take it at their own 3-yard line. On the return of Harrington's pass is LeLacher, and he escapes almost up, breaks that thing through up to the 28-yard line where he's tackled as we take a look at the replay. And we haven't seen Zay Robinson tonight. It's been other guys, including LeLacher has taken both of these kickoffs. That has to be an advantage to Ankeny right now on the special team side of things.
It's huge. Robinson just adds that extra step, that extra athletic ability where he's able to get by guys a lot easier.
Still no Zay Robinson on the field for Valley. They start with Davison in the backfield. He'll get the call and get a yard, maybe 2. Actually, that's not Davison. That is the other running back who I thought we would saw, King Coleman, the senior, 53 carries, 367 on the season, and 5 scores. So that's the first carry for King Coleman tonight. King was the guy I thought we would see, but, you know, coaches, they got all sorts of things they have to juggle. I think you had a good term in the pregame. Is he hurt or is it something else, right?
Yep.
How many times have you had to deal with that, Luke?
More than I should.
It's a toss to King, who is stood up there initially by Pinks and then escapes, and he's got a first down and more. He's on the far sideline before Ben Taylor pushes him out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Great pickup, second effort by Coleman.
I think we got stood up there. That helped him out more than it helped Ankeny out. Ankeny kind of stopped thinking that he was kind of stopped there, and that allowed him to get that extra step on the outside.
It's just like a fumbled bobble or on a kickoff or punt. It just messes everybody's timing up. You think, oh, this play is over, and that's what happens. A gain on that play of 17 yards for Valley. 1st and 10 from the 46. Quarter number 3. 7 for Ankeny, 7 for Valley. Play action. DeGroat rolls, throws off his back foot. He's got a guy. He's got his man. Overthrows. Incomplete. On the coverage for the Hawks was Mars Clark. They were trying to find Trent Grevengood. First time he's been targeted tonight. Incomplete. Good play. I should say good play call, not good play execution there.
He stopped running. He stopped running his route. If he would have kept running the ball, that would have been 6.
Second and 10 from the 46. Coleman gets the handoff. He's hit by Hazy, then Clark, then Whittinger, and gets a couple of yards and not much more in front of that Valley bench.
Tackle was made by number 6, Jocelyn Whittinger. Tackle was picked up 2, it'll be 3rd and 8.
All right, we talked about it, Luke, in the open, about a sense of urgency. You see an urgency from either team right now?
I'm definitely seeing urgency from Ankeny on their rushing defense right now. They're trying to stop them early so that they aren't able to get off the edge and get a long run.
3rd and 7 for the Tigers. DeGroat, handoff, Coleman. Stutter steps, he's got the first down. Clark hits him. It's right at the sticks, but he pushed him back, so Clark not able to prevent, and that's a good run for the Tigers. Move the chains.
You know, they pass for it on first down, get a look that they want, don't get a reception, run for it a little bit on second down. Third down, you're almost thinking maybe a play action, maybe a pass. They just go right back to what they were doing early and just run the ball.
That's the thing. Coming into the game, we're going to talk about Valley's numbers in a moment as they come up here for the first down play from the 44-yard line. Mason back into the game. Darius gets the call, and he is going to get a couple of hard yards to about the 40. As we're seeing another action of Derfler. Coming into this game, Valley had rushed the ball 2 more times than Ankeny, but they've not scored the touchdowns this year. They've scored 21 passing scores, 9 rushing. They're very similar to Ankeny. Just Ankeny hasn't scored a lot of points this year, so their touchdowns are so much more valuable. Ankeny 8 passing touchdowns on the season. to Valley's 21. Let's see what the Tigers do here if they keep running it, and they do with Mason. He's inside the 40. As Andrew Haase there on the tackle, along with Tristan Hill.
Third down, 34.
Valley averaging 4.7 yards per play rushing, 13 for passing. Very, very similar to Ankeny's 5.5 and 12. So 2 even teams if the records don't show it. 3rd and 4. Home crowd makes some noise. Mason has the first down inside to the 30-yard line before Randolph and Taylor make the tackle.
Valley just seems like they're walking it down the field. 1, 2, 3 plays. They're finding openings, and they're getting 5, 6, maybe a couple extra yards on each play.
First down at the 31, 8:03. Another big drive for the Tigers. Will this one end up in points? Pass coming. DeGroat with time. Here comes some pressure. He's flushed from the pocket. He's going to tuck it, now throw, out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to find Jaden Brown, but he was guarded by Mars Clark, incomplete. Good pressure there. 31 and 51. That's Easy Pinks and Manning Allen for Ankeny.
Smart play to just throw it out of bounds there. He's rushed the ball a decent amount, but not when he's kind of flustered like that. There was really nothing for him. He just threw it out. It was a great option for Valley.
Clark had the big game against Prairie, his old team, a couple of weeks ago. Nearly makes a big play there. 2nd and 10 from the Tigers from the 31. They go back to the heavy package, and they go King Coleman right side. He's grabbed by Ankeny's Easy Pinks. Easy wants to go into real estate. Didn't let a lot of land get away from him there. Coming in behind, sneaking in behind off that edge.
Move the ball just 2 yards. It'll bring up third down, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 3 before. Now it's 3rd and 8. Different play call? Or just Darius Mason again?
Run the ball. Run the ball. It's worked for them enough. They've gotten 8, 9 yards here before on a similar third down play.
King Coleman in the backfield.
If not, you got the wind at your back here.
Play clock at 4, 3, 2, and the Tigers have to call timeout. 7 minutes even to play. You're watching high school football on CISN.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
So I was first year Centennial.
All right, Luke Denadell. We didn't really talk much about you. You coach basketball at Centennial from the Ankeny and the Ankeny area.
Yeah, from the Ankeny area. Went to Ankeny up until senior year when the school split. Went to Centennial. Went to college, came back. Been coaching basketball with Centennial ever since.
We had a chance to talk a little bit about Centennial basketball. It's going to be a different year, a smaller team maybe this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a different look, but expectations are the same as it is every year.
Your boss is quite a hoot to talk basketball with. I got to admit that. 3rd and 8 for Valley. They go on the jet sweep, and it's going to be stopped. The handoff looked like a play Centennial would run. Will Clayton took it, and Clark stops him.
Big read there. Valley's got a big decision here. Do they kick it with the wind at their back, or do they go for it here?
On the season, the kicker for Valley is only 4 of 6 with a long of 38. Right now, the ball is at the 29, 39, 44-yard, 45-yard field goal. Probably out of his range. So, after a yard gain, 4th and 7. The pass. Here comes some pressure. Throw. Caught, but out of bounds. Ankeny's going to force another turnover. Voss helps keep that out of bounds on Jaden Brown.
That's a big stop for Ankeny right there. Big stop for Ankeny. They applied pressure till the end.
Kinnick Voss, one of the captains, he is an Ankeny Pickleball League champion. Him and Daniel Larmy are teammates. Been waiting to use that one all year. The amount of pickleball love on this squad is first rate, Luke. So Ankeny, out of the turnover, will take over at their own 28-yard line. Wind still making a noise, sending those flags up. Hawks going into the wind. Larmy, the call. Darts it back outside after initial contact, and then 4 Tigers are there to wrap him up. Leading the charge for Valley was Gage Olson. If you're Ankeny and you can hold on to this ball for the last 5:47 into the wind, that's a victory in itself.
It sets you up nicely because at that time you're thinking you'd be in field goal range with your kicker.
Anderson to throw. Flushed a little bit, and he'll throw it away at the feet of Owen Fisher, incomplete. And just as I say, run the clock, that stops the clock on the incomplete pass. And again, 3rd and 9. Long situation here for Ankeny. It's kind of been a theme for the Hawks all year. They've just not, very rarely have they been, their offense just doesn't seem to be with a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 9. So the play clock will get reset. They had trouble getting the ball in from the sidelines. I think they're a little upset with the ball boys. Here comes some heat. Anderson doesn't see it. That ball's thrown up in the air, and it's incomplete. Fisher was there, but Anderson did not have time to complete that action. There was a whole lot of heat coming right up the middle from Valley. Jerome Horn, oh man, he was coming on a bullet train.
That was a big blitz play by Valley.
And Ankeny is going to have to punt the football, but if Fisher could have caught that or at least gotten close, he couldn't even put the dive on there. Harrington into punt, back at his own 15-yard line. And it's a short kick. That is going to be huge for Valley. That ball is going to die at the 38 of Ankeny. That's going to be basically a 9-yard punt, maybe 11, depending on where they mark it out. And let's watch it again. It's low snap. Harrington gets it away. Really didn't have it. I think you bounced at the 41 and then went backwards to the 36.
Shows you that wind up there above the uprights is really affecting the ball.
All right, Valley comes back to work now with the win. 5:17 to play, 3rd quarter from the Ankeny 34-yard line. Back in is Darius Mason. He'll get the handoff, get to the outside, and again get his legs taken out by Nathan Becker and also Kinnick Voss. More importantly for the Tigers, gain of 5.
Valley really likes running to that side of the field. The first half, they're running to the left side. As they get down to the south end zone, this time they're running down to the right side. So they really like that side of the field they're running to.
2 receivers come to the left side of the formation. Mason ducks out of 1 tackle and doesn't get any further. Sam Sandvig was there, so it's Mars Clark, and Clark's got a Mason on his ankle, and then he hops up. It's certainly group project all over tonight for this Ankeny defense. They clearly have been coached to multiple people have to tackle.
Yep. Not one person is going to stop Mason for Valley. It's going to be, like you said, a group effort.
Mason on the season, he's averaging 4.3 yards per carry. They need 4. They're going to need that 4.3. They go DeGroat, hit as he throws. Beauty down the middle over the head of his intended receiver. Grevengood had a step on Voss, but it's just too tall, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and decision time for Valley.
Another big decision.
Pinks was given pressure. Valley, I would assume, is going to go for it again. This is almost the exact same place they had before. Ball's at the 28 this time, not the 29. Play clock at 10. Tigers are going to have to hurry or use another timeout. 2 receivers to the right. King Coleman in the back. Whole lot of confusion going on. 3, 2, 1. Snap of the ball. Toss to Coleman. Right side. He is going to dive for the first down, but be well short of the ball. The Ankeny Hawk defense holds again. On 4th down, Bernholtz, Hazy, Whittinger, all in there for the stop for Ankeny.
Took them a while to get up to the line, then they had a lot of confusion. Ankeny just took advantage of that and blew up that run play off to the side.
Since the opening drive, Valley has only been able to run the ball 61 yards. They sit at 162 since then. Northwest leads Centennial 10-7. Iowa City West still holding a 14-7 lead on Pleasant Valley. Johnston leads Urbandale 21-7. We'll see Urbandale next week against Centennial here. Hankus gets the handoff, and he gets towards the 30-yard line before his legs are taken out. Coming up for Valley is Gage Olson. Gain of 4. Centennial in a dogfight there with Northwest. And we're hearing from our sideline team. We'll have an update in a moment. Hankus gets the call, and he'll make it to about the 32, so it'll be 3rd down again. What we're hearing is that King Coleman might have been hurt on that 4th down play. So that would be another loss. Already they're out McGregory, who is a wide receiver linebacker who's been big. Zay Robinson's only played a handful of snaps, maybe 2 or 3, and he's been out this whole game. Anderson, with time, throws it. It's intercepted by Valley. Far sideline, still on his feet. It's a dance towards the race to the end zone for Olson. He's going to be knocked out of bounds, but not before a huge play and turnover for Valley. And Erlmeyer is down after that, and he is asking for help. And that's about the last thing Coach Bauer wants to see. Is there's the interception again.
He read that ball perfectly, got it, going down the sideline, setting up Valley with great field position.
As they attend to Erlmeyer, will step away.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
We're back. There's Evan Erlmeyer making his way, and he had a lower body injury against Liberty. He was questionable even up until yesterday in the walkthrough, but he has played a lot of the offensive snaps, but that might just end his night. We'll see how it goes as he hobbles around, kind of holding that foot area. Let's see the play again. And just kind of threw it and just busted off. Olson just kind of gambled, kind of almost baited Anderson to make that play. And it's a turnover. Big play for the Valley defense. Now the ball's at the 18-yard line. Valley would love to score in this final 2:42, the third quarter. Wind at their back. They go big house, left to right, in motion. Coleman with it. Cuts his way back and is stood up on the counter. King Coleman, 5'8", 180-pound senior. 5 touchdowns on the season as a runner.
Him available for that run is big, especially since it looked like he got hurt the possession before for the Valley Tigers.
Always a challenge when you have guys go down mid-game and how quickly they're gonna bounce back. Second down for Valley. Coleman gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then he gets another couple more. Gets to about the 10, which will set up third down. Hazy there, and Whittinger. And Dorfler comes in. Voss goes out. They bring in the extra defensive lineman here on 3rd and 1. From the 9. I formation. DeGroat under center. Coleman is stopped. Bernholtz stunts and succeeds. Mars Clark there for help. But that play was all Bernholtz. So now Valley will attempt a field goal this time. Seppi Frediani. Ball is placed at the 18. It's a 28-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it is no good. Frediani's kick goes wide right, and the Hawks hold on a Valley only able to get 7 yards on that play after taking over on the 18 on the INT. Come up empty. Now comes back the Ankeny offense with 34 seconds, Luke.
It's a big stop. That's a big stop on that third down play. You got 2 missed kicks at this end of the field this game.
2. That's right. So Valley has turned the ball over twice on downs. They've missed a field goal. So there's 3 turnovers and an interception.
And they had an interception.
So that's 4 turnovers for the Tigers here. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Larmy. A couple of yards no further. Austin Oliver, I want to bring you in for just a minute. Didn't get a chance to there, Austin. What's the wind like there? You got your hat on.
Yeah, it's blowing still. I mean, it's gotten a little bit cooler down here. Not too bad, but I tell you what, down here on the field, just M and I have just remarked that these guys are just beating each other up here. I mean, the hitting is hard. It's multiple tacklers on each play. It's really doing a good job of getting in there and just stopping the run game right now. So been impressive down here on the field. We've been right in front of several of the plays that have happened down here over here on the Valley sideline.
Erman Romick down, and Austin, if that's another lineman for Ankeny, yes, they've been using a lot of linemen on both sides of the ball tonight, but that could change things again for the Hawks.
Absolutely.
What else have you seen Zay? I haven't been watching. I mean, is Zay Robinson even?
Yeah, we watched him as we were walking over here. He's standing in the offensive huddle, but no helmet. So it looks like to me he's still hobbling around over there on the sideline, and he's in that huddle, but doesn't have his helmet at all. So I think his day is done.
Oh, yeah, he's in slides now that I see him. So
yeah, I didn't even notice that part of it, but I just knew he didn't have the helmet there. But, yeah, you're exactly right.
All right, we will step away. Final 23 seconds when we return.
Save big big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off, plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
Armin Romick helped to the sideline, and he's been filling in that spot for Rudder tonight, who's been out with the concussion, likely out again next week. Centennial 21, Northwest 10. Iowa City West still leads PV 14-7. Johnson's put a little distance between them and Urbandale, 35-7. And Dowling leads Southeast Polk 21-13. Centennial and Urbandale will wrap up our regular season coverage here from Ankeny Stadium. Not sure if we'll have a home playoff game for either. The only one that has hope for home playoffs would be the Jaguars. The Hawks would take pretty much everybody to lose, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We go to the fourth, tied at 7.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Final 12 minutes from Ankeny Stadium. It's the Hawks and the Tigers locked in a good one. Hand off to start quarter number 4 is Larmy. And he'll get a yard, maybe 2, which will set up another 3rd and long for Ankeny. Luke Denadell, Paul Yeager, Austin Oliver, Emma Eckhart with you here. Jeff Martin's to my left. Isaiah's to the right. Luke is to the left. Randy on the controls. Got a whole big band of brothers here tonight. Little confusion here. Trying to get the play straight for Ankeny. Play clock at 9. Larmy goes way out to the slot. And I don't think Ankeny likes anything that's happening. And on 3rd and 9 with the wind at your back, you got to take time out.
Yep. Got to make sure everybody understands the play call and what they're supposed to do on it.
All right, going to quarter number 4. What is a mindset that you got to have in a game like this tied at 7?
Every play matters. Every single play matters, whether it's 5 yards, a 5-yard run, maybe a 3-yard out pass. Every single play matters.
And you heard Coach Bauer talk about 4, 5 plays that made the difference against Liberty. Gary Swenson would say the exact same thing to you if it was that situation for them. That you look at their game against Dowling, it was just a couple of plays that made the difference. And it's so cliche, but it is so true.
It's huge, and it also comes down to how conditioned is your line. You've been running the ball a bunch, both Valley and Ankeny. That puts a lot on those offensive linemen.
And you heard Austin talk about the whole beating them up pretty hard, and there's going to be a lot of wobbling around after this one. But you're at 3rd and 9 from your own 21. Low snap, Anderson gets it. throws, far sideline, tipped away. Great defensive play on the far sideline. Breaking it up for Valley is LaLacher. It was intended for Carlson, who was a guy they were going to have to rely on without Erlmeyer in, but that was, again, maybe thrown just a little late or a little low, and Valley jumped the route, and they get the defense off the field on 4th down. Harrington to punt back at his own 8-yard line, looking for a little better punt than last time, and it is. That's a doozy. High kick taken back, fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line by Trent Grevengood, and that's where Valley will take over here with 11:04 into the wind, which has not died down as the night's gone on, maybe a couple miles an hour.
6-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over. 1st and 10.
And I looked up and Austin was gone. Austin Oliver, there you are. All right, you're now going to have Valley come your way. Wind's still howling down there, isn't it, Mr. Oliver?
It absolutely is. Em and I just talked about it, too. We don't think it's even let up that much at all. If anything, it's gotten a little bit chillier. But I think, as you guys called it, as we were going through that 3rd quarter, I think Yankees got to feel really good about not giving up any points going against the wind, and they'll be going with that wind for the rest of this 4th quarter, to really kind of limit what Valley can kind of do going against the wind coming at them.
Mason on 1st down gets almost 8 yards before Tristan Hill and Allen. Gain of 6 on the play. Ball at the 42. Mason again into the middle. Penalty flag comes out on the play. Tackle made, Tristan Hill and Hazy. How well do you read lips, Luke?
From this far away, not very well.
It's going to be a hold against Valley. But, I mean, you can usually, where you're spotting a basketball court, you're pretty good from that distance?
Yeah, it can, depending on the crowd, you can kind of tell whatever the other team's running. If you've scouted them well enough, then you've got a defense that should be aware of what they need to run for their scheme.
And basketball is different than football. I mean, there are plays, so much of that continuous flow, but right now it's one play at a time. It's a 2nd and 13 back to the 33, so Valley gets off schedule. Let's see what they do here on 2nd down. It's Mason, full head of steam downhill, and he's got a lot of yards. He's got it all back, and then some. Taylor takes his legs out, so does Whittinger. And makes it 3rd and very, very manageable.
Moves the ball out to the 44-yard line. Auburn up 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Oh, a couple of guys just bailed and didn't want to tackle that freight train coming. That's Jerome Bettis big right there. For our younger viewers, that is someone who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who does TV work or did TV work. Mason out, Coleman in. Coleman gets the call. He's tripped up, and he does get the 1st down. Easy Pinks was blocked and somehow got a paw out. No, they're going to say short. They might have to measure this one. They stopped the clock. It's 9:27. 1st down. You can see the ball at the hash mark, and that's where the line to gain was. So it wasn't by much, but didn't have to measure that one because it wasn't in the middle. King Coleman on 1st down, escapes one, still on his feet. Good legs moving, and he's going to get 9 yards on 1st down before Taylor brings him down. And Whittinger at the 45. Clark missed the tackle there. He kind of darted right away from it.
Valley just keeps going back to what's been working for him, just running the ball.
Handoff, and it's going to be a 1st down before Davison is stood up. by Pinks. Fresh set of downs for the Tigers. Ball at the 43-yard line. Evan Erlmeyer on the sidelines now without a football shoe on. His night likely done.
It'd be interesting to see what Valley does here. When they've started out with a pass on first down, they haven't gotten anything from it, and they've been kind of behind the chains ever since.
Play action. Here comes DeGroat. Flushed. Tucks. Gets out of bounds for maybe a yard before Pinks and Clark and Allen takes out Drake DeGroat. DeGroat took over the quarterback position late in the season last year after an injury and just kind of kept the team with him, the junior here. He's thrown 18 touchdowns, 2 rushing. Lots of talent there.
He's been progressing as the years gone along. He's gotten better and better each game.
2nd and 10 after the scramble. Handoff Mason. Hitting him first was Lucas Z.
Mason on the carry. Stop was made by number 6, Dawson Whittinger.
Lucas, speaking of little brothers, the third of the Z's. Caleb and Samuel. 3rd and long for the Tigers. DeGroat, play action. Throws, far sideline, it's got a man, bumps and runs. Flags stay in all the officials' pockets, no call.
Coverage for the Hawks. Number 11, Lamarius Clark, and number
And this offense for Valley is just a whole lot different without that threat of Zay Robinson on any given play. The runner, there was only one. It was one white shirt, nobody else really on that play.
Yeah, I mean, the loss of Zay, the loss of McGregory, both as receivers, it's huge not to have either of those weapons on your side.
Voss and Clark back deep for Ankeny into punt. The Tigers go on a good kick there by Grevengood. It's going to bounce 10 and be downed inside the 5-yard line. Great special teams play. I think it was LeLacheur who caught it on the first hop. That's Torrey Taylor-esque right there. Bounced at the 8, and smart catch, actually making the catch, was Luke Wolter, the junior, on that play.
That's great special teams play by Valley right there. Pins Ankeny deep. They got to go the length of the field.
Ottumwa leads Des Moines East 34-7. Cedar Falls in front of Kennedy 14-7. No change in any of the other scores. Centennial still leads Northwest 21-10. Handoff to Hankus. He gets up to the 5 and no further. Stood up there by that big defensive line push. Minner was in there to help, and now they bring in a couple more. Richmond is back in. Richmond's had an ankle issue. A gain of 1, ball on the 5. Anderson throws, and the intended receiver was Hankus, and he never turned around for it. He thought it was a go, and it went out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 9 on the 5.
Number 3rd down, 3rd and 9.
Ankeny with it, 3rd down. Hankus back there. They fake to him. Anderson with time. Runs in his own end zone. He's going to throw. It's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Valley. The receiver just gave up on the route, I think, and the Valley guy just stepped in front of it. And it's the second interception for Gage Olson. So now, his last interception was at down to the 18. This one's down to the 15. Let's see what Valley does differently here.
Yeah, see if Valley can get some points on the board with this turnover.
7-7, 6.5 to play. Valley at the Ankeny 15-yard line. The Hawk defense needed to come up big again. DeGroat hands off Mason. He doesn't even get to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down. And I think now wait a minute. Ankeny thought they had the ball. They took it away. Andrew Haase just took off just in case. Mason out. Now King Coleman back in.
Mason looked like he might have injured something on that play.
Yeah, I think so. Can we see it one more time? I was watching the replay. I know you're watching it at home.
That left
by golly, that ball might have come out before he was down. I think they're talking about it right now.
Please cut the game clock to 6:18.
There's going to be no change in possession here. But from what Austin's telling me from his angle, Austin, what did you see down there? You think that's a fumble?
Yeah, he got hit, got stood up, and then as he was falling back, he hit the ground on his butt. He didn't have the ball.
That's the way it looked on our replay.
Yeah, I don't know how they don't call it a fumble, but I don't know.
Coleman gets inside to the 10. And I initially didn't think it was a fumble, but by golly, when you see the replay and you hear from Austin down there, but
right, I was looking for if Mason got hurt on that because he kind of winced as he went down after getting hit in that left ankle area. Big third down.
3rd and 5 from the 10. Stiff breeze still in the face of the Valley Tigers. King Coleman next to DeGroat. To throw. Pass into the end zone. Knocked away by Mason Randolph. Grevin Good had the beat on him deep, but the pass was underthrown. It'll be 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit for the Tigers. Just a quick slant. Randolph was in front of it. What's that defensive move? Deny?
A little deflection there.
Yeah. Field goal attempt of 23 yards that's wide left. That is wide left. No good. Second missed field goal for Valley. And again, Fradiani misses. And somehow Ankeny holds on defense. $28-yard field goal, wide left. Into that win just a little bit, Austin Oliver. I mean, what do you think?
We're just astonished down here. I mean, these guys are just slugging it out back and forth. It's a crazy October night right now.
This is a game at this point, feels like it should be at the Unidome in a semifinal. Anderson gives it on the delay to Larmy, no more. These are two big-time teams playing pretty, I wouldn't say clean football. We've seen, I think, 5 turnovers now for Valley. For this half? Yeah. So maybe not. Maybe we're not playing this game in the Dome. Maybe that's a little. But Valley, it's Larmy on the cutback, and he is going to somehow get back to the 25-yard line. Sets up a 3rd down on the handoff. Clock under 5 minutes.
Off the left-hand side of the line.
It'll be 3rd and 4. Ankeny goes tempo. Brandhorst on the near side. On the far side is Fisher and Carlson. Play clock now approaching 10. 3rd and 4 from the 26. Larmy next to Anderson. Quick pass, slant, off the hands, incomplete. That would have been a first down. Off the hand of Brandhorst, incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And here comes Ryan Harrington to punt. Valley's defense throws a 3 and out, but Ankeny's going to try to flip the field. Valley still with 2 timeouts, likely to get the ball back somewhere in the 4-minute, 8-second era.
It's almost like he took his eyes off the ball for a quick second just to make sure his feet were going to be in bounds there.
Harrington stands at his own 12. Gets it away, high kick, fair catch called for, and made again by Valley. Grevin good. All right, 4:07. You've been trying to run the ball. Okay, time of possession in the second half. Couldn't get much more even than this. Ankeny 4:11, Valley 4:21. Am I reading that right? Am I reading? 5:30, sorry. Valley's had the ball for 14 minutes. Handoff, Coleman gets through to the secondary. He's near the first down marker. He's going to get it on first down. 10 yards. Coleman before Taylor and Clark bring him down. That's one way to start your drive.
Valley's made it into the red zone 2 times this half, haven't been able to get any points on the board from it. Ankeny, I don't know the farthest up the field they've gotten this half. Valley's done a good job on defense. They've been kind of plugging that middle, making Ankeny go to the outside runs.
1st and 10 from the 42 of Valley. King Coleman with DeGroat in the backfield. It's the handoff, Coleman. He gets a lot of yards. He finds a seam. He's down the left sideline. King Coleman, 20, 10. Bowls his way inside the 5-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle made by Kinnick Voss. And Valley, biggest play from scrimmage in quite some time, comes at a huge moment of this game. Ben Taylor and Kinnick Voss combined to save the score. This is where Valley, though, has struggled inside the red zone.
Inside the goal.
But now you made it a whole lot easier on the Tigers on that play. In the Metro, heating and cooling red zone. 1st and 10 from the 11. Valley, all the time in the world, 3 1/4 left. Darius Mason gets a couple. Manning Allen there for the stop, and slow to get up is EZ Pinks. He's asking for help. That'd be the 3rd Ankeny Hawk to go down tonight. As they attend to him, Valley goes to their sideline, Ankeny to theirs. 7-7, 3:13 to play here at Ankeny Stadium.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
EZ Pinks gets a little bit of attention, but then is able to come off the field, and he'll have to sit out the play. 3:13 to play. Valley 7, Ankeny 7. Great football game here. Ankeny playing for playoff life. Likely in the playoffs, even with the loss, if they can win next week at Cedar Rapids, Washington. But they would certainly love to have a better seeding, Luke.
Yep.
And if you're Valley, this is at stake, too, for a home playoff game.
Not only one, possibly two.
You getting a sense of urgency and any different vibe now?
I see Valley feels like they need to score a touchdown here.
They've had 2 missed field goals in this half. Mason gets the call. His legs taken out from underneath him. Nathan Becker. Andrew Haase there. And Ben Taylor again.
We're getting late in the night where those holes aren't as big as they were at the beginning. Linemen are getting tired.
Well, Nathan Becker says he's a big Vikings fan. His big favorite memory was watching the Minnesota Miracle. Do they have an Ankeny Miracle here that he can do? 3rd and 5 from the 6. Mason, play action. DeGroat, wide open on the right side, is going to run it. Dive for the end zone, and hold on, we got a flag. We might have a down player. He's short of the line to gain, and maybe short, and for sure short of the touchdown. Let the officiating crew sort this one out. Holding on the receiver, Trent Grevengood takes this back from manageable to much harder. Here's the play. It's a run the whole way. It's a boot, and it's a beauty. Everybody left. And the holding must have been earlier than when we picked up, because Voss and Grevengood went out of frame there, Luke, and then came back in. There wasn't holding there.
It had to be early on within the first 5 seconds of the play.
So now it'll be 3rd down again, but the ball goes all the way back to the 11-yard line. 3rd and 10 for Valley. 2:18 to play. Pass for DeGroat. Throws it towards the end zone. Incomplete. Coverage, Ben Taylor. Broken up. They were going for the tight end, Zach Schemper. He dove. He gave everything for it. And Valley is going to try another field goal. This will be a 28 to 29-yard field goal, and they're going with a different kicker. It looks like it's Christian Hesser, who normally does their PATs. From the right hash. Out of the hole of Sherrata. The kick is up, and it is. That looked good, and it is. Snuck in that left upright. Valley takes a 3-point lead with 2:09 to play.
2 minutes, 9 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Short kick taken by Ankeny. on the kickoff, which was a problem a little bit last year. Ace Parton.
For the Hawks.
So now Ankeny will start with really good field position. 2:07 to play. Let's go down Austin Oliver. Help me recap what happened, what we just saw.
I tell you what, it's we're down here just trying to figure out what's going to happen at the end of this game. I don't even know what to say. It's going to be a big drive here for the Hawks and see what they can do to get down the field, but they're going to get the opportunity to see what they can do here.
3-by-1 formation goes to Brandhorst. It's complete to the 40 before he's brought down after a short gain by Denal Moore. Gain of 5 on the play, 1:50 to go. Hawks go tempo. They're used to it. Anderson with time, rolls out. Everybody covered. He's going to tuck it, run, and be very, very close to the line to gain. Might be a yard short. Looks like he's going to be 2 yards short. But Anderson extends the play. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Ball near the 42-yard line, 3rd and 2.
Larmy in the line to gain. They're going to say the far sideline says he's going to be short. And one official, oh boy, they do not like the spot on the Ankeny side of the field. It's going to be a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1 with 1:22. The more important thing for Ankeny, A, they got to get the yard to gain. B, they're up against 1:16 to go. Hawks have got to get this to keep the game going. Anderson gives it to Larmy. He's got the first down. Clock will stop for a moment at 1:05. Coach Bauer said earlier this week his team, he feels they have been in tough situations for sure the last few weeks, and that they will be ready to play, and Valley is not. Both teams have been giving it their all tonight. Anderson throws, goes down the far sideline. He's got a guy, and it's overthrown. Intended for Caden Henkes, just a little too far ahead. Clock stops at 54 seconds.
Talk about sense of urgency a little earlier. It's definitely flipped Ankeny's side now. They got to get something going downfield, especially with a kicker who has kicked a 50-yarder. They don't have to go as far as they think they do.
You have 2 timeouts, 54 seconds. Valley's defense has not been on the field much in this half. In fact, if this game can even get to the other 50, we've played the majority of this half on the south side of the field. Hawks trying to go to the north end zone. Anderson, lots of time. He's running for the sidelines. He'll tuck it and take a hit low and high and gets his ankle rolled. He only gets a yard to gain, and he's slow, and that's going to be injury timeout or a timeout. Regardless, Ankeny will have it 3rd and 9. And now, coming in quickly to warm up is Cale Roush. Roush has played a lot of JV, but not as much varsity as he would probably like to have in his experience right here. He's thrown 1 pass for 1 yard. He's 1 of 1 passing for 39 yards. Sorry. Timeout on the play. Let's look at some scores. Centennial leads Northwest 21-10. Iowa City West 14, Pleasant Valley 7. Johnston 35, Urbandale 7. Dowling on a Rashad Davis 68-yard score leads Southeast Polk 28-20. That's in the 3rd quarter. Ottumwa leads Des Moines East 34-7. Cedar Falls 14, Kennedy 7. Linn-Mar ahead of City High 21-14. Here it's Valley 10, Ankeny 7. Roush in the ball game with Larmy next to him. Big play for Cale. They give it to Larmy, who's got a whole lot of room. Larmy squirts out, gets towards the 45, puts on a shoulder, and gets darn near first down, and I think he got it. That's some of the hardest running Larmy's done all game.
That's a big-time run by him. Big-time run.
LeLacier pays the price. Roush is going to stay in the game. 1st and 10, 30 seconds to go. Roush throws down the far sideline. He throws it incomplete. Intended for Brandhorst. Coverage by the guy who's picked up everything, Gage Olson tonight. Clock stops, 25 seconds, 2nd down and 10. Roush stays in. As Luke is still talking with Grant Waller, the trainer, on that far sideline. Or on the near sideline to our right. Far away from the action. Roush with Larmy to his right. To pass. Roush thrown, nearly tipped, broken up. Intended for Brandhorst again. And oh my goodness, what a great defensive play by Moses Bunn. Oh, wow.
He almost tipped it to his other receiver there.
That's right. Let's see, we are at 9:11. It has been 2.5 hours, really, since Roush has thrown a ball in warm-ups. To come in with the game on the line, under a minute to play, Cale Roush, 20 seconds and a timeout. 3rd down and 10. Roush again to throw. Has a man. It's caught by Caden Hankus inside to the 25-yard line. Clock will stop on the 1st down pickup for the Ankeny Hawks. Once the chains are set, he'll take a snap and down it. And that will stop it. First, it'll now be 2nd down, ball at the 25-yard line. If Ankeny does not get one more yard, Luke, that's about a
42-yarder.
42, 43-yard field goal. 9 seconds remain. Cale Roush has been throwing those slants the last couple of plays. Let's see what they do if Ankeny settles for 3 or they go for the jugular.
They got a timeout left.
2nd and 10, Larmy in the backfield. They give it to Larmy up the middle. He grabs a hold, escapes one tackle. Larmy's free, down to the 20, inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Clock stops, 2 seconds. Ankeny timeout. I suppose we should watch that again. Larmy breaks out of the tackle, keeps on going. All right. 2 seconds on the clock. You playing for overtime or you going for it all?
Playing for overtime. You got the home crowd with you. You got your student section half packed, and you got about a
wind at your back.
Wind at your back. You got a 30-yard field goal, middle of the field. I'd take this to overtime.
So here's the thing. A couple weeks ago, we watched an overtime game here that was at another stadium. We've tried to brush up on our overtime rules. We're 4 seconds from finding out if we're going to have to bring those out. Big play now is Harrington. He's going to set the tee at the 20-yard line, right the center of the field for a 30-yard field goal attempt. Harrington nods the head. The go-ahead. The snap is high. The kick is up, and it is good. Tied at 10 as 1 second remains on the clock. 30-yard field goal for Ryan Harrington, and we're tied at 10. There is a flag on the play.
We have illegal participation. Valley had 12 men on the field at the snap. That penalty is declined.
12 men on the field. We saw that at the end of the Ohio State-Oregon game the other night. The NCAA has already changed the rule in that. That's unheard of, to change rules midstream. Ohio State was driving, and Oregon slipped a 12th guy on, and it allowed 3-4 seconds to run off the clock. All right, Ankeny, I assume, is just going to kind of squib this one, not let any return. And now we're going to play for overtime. Oh, boy. All right. They're excited in front of us. They're excited still and a lot of nervous. The student body's still here. We're a second away from overtime. First overtime game of the year coming for Ankeny and for Valley. If Harrington's kick, which is going to bounce and go into the end zone, and that should have run it.
They didn't touch the ball.
They didn't touch the ball, so the clock doesn't start. So now Valley will just kneel it, I would assume, and play for one. Austin Oliver, we're going to bring in your microphone here and kind of talk through a couple of things. All right, what'd you see on that drive by Ankeny?
Well, they stepped up. That was a backup quarterback in there, correct?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he stepped up a couple big plays. I thought that they played that about as strategically as they could have. Laramie almost broke that run at the end there for a touchdown. It was really, really close. But I thought Bauer did a really nice job of just working that clock right down to the zeros there.
Valley in victory formation just to kneel this, and then we will play overtime. So here's how it's going to be. You only get one first down, and that's it's goal to go, and it's at the 10. Both teams get an opportunity, and they'll kneel it down, and we'll go over the overtime rules when we come back. We're going to overtime. Ankeny and Valley tied at 10.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
We showed you the moon earlier. It's very close to a full moon situation, but Luke Denadell, how about this for your first football game?
This is great. This is amazing.
Overtime, where we're going, both teams are going to get possessions. If whoever wins the toss, they decide if they want to go first or second.
Mm-hmm.
So if Valley wins the toss, they go down, kick a field goal. Ankeny gets the ball from the 10, can only get one first down, and that's the end zone. It's only 10 yards. There's no first down, so I shouldn't say they get a first down. Ankeny gets a chance, 4 tries, to tie or take the lead.
Yeah.
If we're tied after the first overtime, we'll play a second. Play a third, play a fourth. There is no, on your 6th overtime, you have to go for 2.
Right, like college.
And I'm going to tell you a story that if Tim Halber was here, he would be able to back me up on this one. We were watching the end of the Dowling game in overtime a couple of weeks ago against Centennial. And I have to admit, there were coaches who did not know the overtime rules who were watching that, who might be coaching in this game tonight on this near sideline. They weren't 100% sure, but I'm sure after that Centennial Dowling game, they figured it out, exactly knowing what can happen. So we'll see. We're having the coin toss right now. And it looks like we're going to play with the wind at our back. Nobody wants to kick into the wind. So it looks like Ankeny's going to get the ball first.
Valley won the toss, elected to go on defense first. This end line.
So Valley wins the toss. They want to know what Ankeny does. All right, Austin Oliver, now they're going to be down in your north end zone. You're going to be right in the middle of it all. You brushed up on your overtime rules?
Just did with you. I wasn't sure if it was 20-yard line or 10-yard line, but it's was it? Did it just change this year? Because we had the Centennial Ankeny overtime last year, correct?
Yeah. And it's at the 10. So all overtimes will be played on the same 10-yard line as designated with the initial overtime. So we're going to stay there. Each team gets a timeout, and you got to just score more points than the other one.
Yeah, I was surprised that I thought maybe Ankeny might pick the other end with the kicking trouble the Valley's had down on that other goal down there. I think Ankeny's definitely got the stronger kicker. I would say that for sure. So I thought maybe they might run it down there and just throw another little wrinkle into the mind games that could play.
Well, we're not the only game that has gone very, very close. Over Southeast Polk and Dowling are tied at 28. Bettendorf and Prairie. Prairie has now taken a 2-point lead on Bettendorf, 35-33. For the Hawks in the game is Cale Roush. He is back in at quarterback. First handoff is to Larmy. He's up the middle, darts his way inside to the 5, and he'll get no further before he's stopped. The last one off the pile is LeLacheur. It'll be second down.
As you were saying earlier, Paul, it is important for the coaches to understand the overtime rules, but it's even more important for them to voice them to the players so the players are very aware of what's going to happen.
And you know how hard it is to get 5 in order. Imagine getting 11 on both sides of the ball. It's not easy. Roush with Larmy in the backfield. Second down. Roush to throw. First receiver's not there. Throws it to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Brandhorst into double coverage. And it was too tall of a pass. So it'll be third down. Third down here in overtime number 1. If you're Ankeny, you got to score on this play. You likely would then take the points. Opportunity for points. Not a gimme. This is high school we're talking about.
Ankeny's been running it up the middle a lot. We'll see if that happens here.
They move B-Roth to the left side of the formation with Minner. Timeout, Ankeny, as the play clock was down to 4. That's their one timeout of overtime. Centennial is about to run this game out against Northwest, up 28-10. Iowa City West looks like they are going to hold on and beat Pleasant Valley 35-21. That would upset some things here on the RPI. Johnston leads Urbandale 35-7. Polk and Dowling still tied at 28. That game's also on CISN. Ottumwa leading East 34-7. Cedar Falls 14, Kennedy 7. And we're getting an update right now on Iowa City Liberty and Waterloo West. Iowa City Liberty has 28, and Waterloo West has... Oh, Jeff's doing something else. I thought he was updating that score. Last night, Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Oh, what do you have? All right, so we have Dowling is now up 35-28 with 5.5 to play at Valley Stadium in that game. So that one's gotten back in favor of the Maroons. Third down for Ankeny. 2 receivers to the left. Roush in at quarterback. Gives it to Larmy up the middle, puts his head down. He's going to be short of the end zone. He's going to get to about the 2. Valley's defense holds at this point. Jimenez there.
Big decision here, but you got to take the points. You got to take the points and trust your defense in the goal in the red zone here.
And Ben Booth also the stop. So Harrington comes out to kick a 20-yard field goal to put Ankeny in the lead for their side of overtime. Kick is up, and it is good. Ankeny scores in overtime, 13-10. Valley's turn in a moment here from Ankeny Stadium.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Valley student sections, they've moved to the north where the action's at. Valley has the ball, 1st and goal from the 10. They know what they have to do. They have to at least get 3 to play on. A touchdown wins it. Darius Mason is stood up by Pinks. I think Ankeny kind of felt that's where it was going to go. Valley has struggled inside the red zone tonight, Luke. You've said it time and time again. And by the way, it's only fitting that we're playing overtime on the north side of the field after playing all the game on the second half in the south. Loss of 3 on the play. DeGroat with Mason behind him. Receiver to the left and right. To give us to Mason. He's wrapped up and he'll get maybe a yard or 2. First hit by Pinks. Ben Taylor, Nathan Becker there as well. Ball's at the 12. He got a yard. Ball's on the left hash. Kane Coleman to the right of DeGroat. Pass. Throw to the end zone. Intercepted by Ankeny, and the Hawks are going to win. Wow! Mars, Clark, and Ankeny pulls the upset in overtime, 13-10. What a play by Mars, Clark, and Ankeny. Pulls the stunner tonight, 13-10. Pretty easy here, who we need to track down for the post game. Mars Clark would be 1. I can see Austin and Emma huddling. Who else would you pick for an interview right now? Harrington?
Probably Harrington, yeah.
He scored almost half your points. No, he scored more than half. He had the extra point.
Right. Yeah.
7 of your 13 points.
13.
Yeah, Harrington. We got to get the field goal kicker, Austin. All right, let's go down to the sideline. Looks like we got our interview right now. Go ahead. Or not? Valley clearly heads down, heading for their side of the field.
That game is on a Thursday, so make sure you put that in.
Ankeny student section waiting to swarm the field. Some fans have escaped security.
Thank you for attending tonight's game. Please drive home safe. bus by picking up a trash as you leave and putting it in a trash receptacle.
The rest of the Hawks ready to be unleashed here. Starting to go towards the locker room. Build a tunnel for their Hawks.
And it is mayhem. Austin and Emma are doing their darndest to find Mars and find Harrington. There's Mars Clark. I see him at the 45. He gets a hug from his defensive coordinator, Todd McGackey. There's Emma and Austin. They found Mars Clark. We're going to zero in and have a quick interview. Let's go down to Emma Eckhart.
Ready? Yeah. Huge interception. Talk to me about what you saw there.
See, great play call by our coach, McGackey, letting us play man over the top. Threw it right to me.
Tell you what, that's a heck of a feeling, right? And I think we're going to find one more. We've had some good games here this season, no doubt about it, but we've not had an overtime game. We've had finishes that are just incredible, and this one doesn't get any more incredible than that. We're trying to get you one more, maybe two more interviews here as Jeff Bauer talks to his team. Luke, this changes the playoff picture tremendously because a couple of things. If Iowa City West holds on to beat Pleasant Valley, that will upend the top part. Ankeny has a win over Iowa City West. That will change some strength of schedule. That will shuffle some things a lot. Prairie and Bettendorf. Prairie at last check was leading Bettendorf. So you could have 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 in the state go down from Scott County tonight. At last check, Iowa, they're in the fourth quarter. Iowa City West leads Pleasant Valley now 42-21. Bettendorf leads Prairie 41-35. So we're probably only going to get a one of the two Scott County teams go down tonight. As the Valley team leads the field, that one got away from them. I mean, they started. If you don't look at the last, I'm pretty sure those stats, I think Ankeny barely had, I want to say it was 119 of offense going into the fourth quarter. It wasn't much more than that. The offense just wasn't there for Ankeny in the third quarter.
No, they had trouble moving the ball even to the 50-yard line. They couldn't get in Valley's territory really until that final drive there.
Oh, I know why. They're hearing static now. I know what's going on. Austin and Emma are making their way in to try to get some interviews. And now I should fill in their ears. He can hear me now. Austin and Emma, whatever you can get, go. Let's go down to the sideline now with our reporters.
Heck of a game. Talk to me about the perseverance your team showed tonight.
Oh, it was incredible. I just said our defense just hung in there the whole second half and gave us a chance. Our offense was struggling, obviously. Cale Roush came in, helped lead us to the tying touchdown. Then obviously Carter Bailey did a great job on the snap. This is a high to tie the game. And then obviously Mars Clark with an incredible interception to seal it. So proud of these kids.
Congratulations on your win. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cale Roush is one of the guys lost in this. I mean, he came in, Luke, in that fourth quarter when I think I said it'd probably been 2.5 hours since he'd last thrown a lot of balls. I mean, I saw him tossing a couple of footballs with Luke Anderson in the third quarter, but that's tough to come in cold.
I mean, that's you're just warming up your shoulder there, and you're hoping that you can just hand the ball off until you need to make a slant pass for only 5 yards to get a first down. And he came in, and he had a heck of a ball, threw it perfectly, and that got him close enough to where they could just run it for Laramie another 5-10 yards and kick a much, much easier field goal.
I'm still looking for our field goal kicker, and I think Austin and Emma are as well, and it looks like we found him. All right, let's go down to the sideline with the guy who scored 7 of Ankeny's 13 points tonight.
Congratulations, you had a heck of a game tonight. Tell me what was going through your head.
Basically, I do my normal routine. They put me in a great scenario, a chip shot. I think it was around 35 yards with the wind, so that's an easy kick for me. Shout out to my holder, Carter Bailey. He had a tough snap. He got that down perfect for me, and went through.
Emma, you got to ask him one more question. One more question for me. One more question. Has he dreamed about a moment like this, like that what just happened?
Have you dreamed about a moment like this?
Oh, of course. Every single game, I hope I get a moment like this.
All right, thank you so very much, Emma, and talking with Ryan Harrington. 13-10, Cale Roush comes in the fourth quarter and in overtime engineers the Hawks to get in position to kick the tying field goal and then a winning field goal in overtime. Luke, as we take a look at some stats, Ankeny tonight, 36 yards passing, 150 rushing for a total of 186. Valley tonight, -1 yard passing. They only completed 1 pass of 10 attempts. 266 rushing for a total of 265. Let's see, running tonight, Mason 23 for 96, Coleman 14 for 111. For Ankeny Larmy tonight, 21 carries, 91 yards. Henkus 13 for 37. Anderson 5 for 22, and now he becomes the question mark as a couple of other guys were injured as we settle in. So they're not always this fun, Luke, but they're still fun.
Yeah, it was a great time. The first quarter, obviously going by in 15 minutes is insane, but it was just a hard-fought game by both teams. I mean, you rush it 39 times for Ankeny and 49 times for Valley. You don't see those stats very often, especially in 5A, class 5A football here in Iowa.
Valley falls to 6-2. Ankeny improves to 500, 4-4. The Hawks next week at Cedar Rapids, Washington on Thursday, and Valley will have their senior night against Marshalltown. We will be here for senior night for Centennial and their game against Urbandale. For Jeff Martins, for Isaiah, for Luke, and for Randy, thank you so very much for watching tonight. Appreciate all of your hard work on senior night. Ankeny wins in overtime, 13-10. So long from Ankeny Stadium.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat and Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace. A Heat and Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.